Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Freeman Motorsports channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Ladies and gents, tonight we've got the DOORDASH 250 in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series at Sonoma Raceway. This weekend, the Truck Series are heading out west to take on their second road course of the season. They've already been at COTA, which was in Texas earlier this year, and we had some late race drama in that one. Zane Smith was able to sneak away with the victory there, but tonight we've got another competitive race with a lot of Cup Series regulars filling in tonight and doing double duty this weekend, including the likes of Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Harrison Burton, and others. But tonight will definitely be a competitive race with storylines like Carson Hocevar with his broken foot. How long will he be able to hold on, or will they switch in the backup driver? He'll be starting from the rear after winning. He'll be starting at the rear after winning the pole for tonight's race. He crashed after winning the pole, so they have to go to the rear of the field. But we'll go through the starting lineup in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be getting the green flag in just about 5 minutes or so, I'd say, probably less than that. Hey, everybody in the chat, how are you doing? Good to see you, Eric. Good to see you, Mark. Already, and I've got the poll up. Who do you guys think is going to win at Sonoma? A couple of you guys are already voting for Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch definitely is one of the favorites now. But this is a really interesting storyline. Hailie Deegan had a really good qualifying run tonight. She'll be rolling off from 8th place. But then you've got Ross Chastain, who will be taking over the pole spot after his teammate goes to the rear. We'll go through the starting lineup, though, here just momentarily. I'm just going to pull up the leaderboard for you guys. And there you go. Okay, so starting on the front row is Carson Hocevar and Ross Chastain, but Hocevar will have to drop to the rear. But then you have Kyle Busch and Ty Majeski on row number 2, an all Toyota row 2. Ty Majeski has had a lot of momentum going for him this year. Maybe he can get his first career win in the Truck Series here at Sonoma. Then Tyler Ankrum with a great qualifying run in the top 5. Bowman, who's not much of a road course ringer, looking to just get some extra laps in this weekend in the truck. He's starting off 6th. Then you have Nemechek in 7th, who's kind of on a bit of a decline with momentum recently. Then you have Enfinger, Deegan, and Friesen, your top 10. Then you have Parker Kligerman making one of his one-off starts, rolling off 11th. He's a bit more of a road course specialist. Then you have Matty D starting in 12th. Then you have one of the most dominant drivers this year, Zane Smith, coming off 13th. And to his outside will be the guy who finished runner-up last weekend at Gateway, Chandler Smith. Then in row 8, you have Derek Kraus and Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon coming down to turn some extra laps this weekend. That truck's not as competitive as the 7 or the 51, so just because he's in that truck doesn't necessarily mean that he should win. Then you have Rhodes and Eckes in row number 9, and Lawless Allen and Kaz Grala in row 10. Then you have Timmy Hill and Colby Howard in row number 11. And then you have another Cup Series rookie, Harrison Burton, in row 12. And to his outside, Matt Crafton. Then you have Chase Purdy and Josh Bilicki. Josh Bilicki, a Cup Series driver who's also kind of a road course specialist in row 13. Then you have Tanner Gray and Jack Wood in row 14. And then rounding out your top 30, Blaine Perkins and Chris Wright. Then you have Todd Bodine making one of his special starts here, rolling off 31st. And his outside, Brad Perez making his second ever Truck Series start. He made his first start at COTA earlier this year where he got a top 15, I believe. Then you have Dean Thompson and Jade Buford. Jade Buford, a bit of a road course specialist. Those guys are rolling off in row, I think that I'm doing the math. That would be row 17. And then in row 18, the final spots on the grid are Stephen Parsons and Spencer Boyd. And now they're firing up the engines to begin the opening pace laps. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Appreciate it if you drop a like, guys. We got about 10 people watching right now. If we could get up to 10 likes to start tonight off, I'd really appreciate that, ladies and gents. Also, if you hit that subscribe button, I appreciate it as well. You guys know the drill. Tomorrow, we will be live early in the morning for the F1 race at Baku. This will be our first ever F1 live stream. I know not every NASCAR fan's a huge fan of F1, but I've been following it for about the last year or so. And tomorrow will be the first time we live stream an F1 race. So if you guys want to wake up at 6:45 and watch that with me, then feel free. I'd appreciate it if you tune in as well. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll obviously be doing the Cup Series race at Sonoma. But this year, we are back to the shoot format, a bit different than the format they've been running the last couple of years. Instead of cutting back into the infield at turn 3, they're just going to keep going down and go to that 90-degree right-hander, and where they go through the short shoot. And this is a shorter and faster layout than the other layout, but I don't know. I kind of liked both formations. I kind of like the other layout a bit more, actually, personally, which is a bit controversial, but I just like that one because there's a bit more passing opportunities. But yeah, Hailie Deegan, this is kind of a home race for her. I know there are probably a lot of Hailie Deegan fans out there since she's, got the whole social media following, and she's looking to pick up her second ever top 10. And she's going to be starting in the top 10, so she's definitely got a shot at it. Eric, your favorite F1 driver is Lewis Hamilton. Mine as well. I also like Pierre Gasly, and Pierre Gasly had a great run here last year. Maybe he can do a great run at Baku tomorrow as well. But let's stay on topic. Mark, your picks for tonight are the 51, 99, and the 41. Wait, who's in the 99 today? Oh, yeah, that's Ben Rhodes. Yeah, so Ben Rhodes, a bit of a road course specialist in the Truck Series. And not much of a specialist, but he always does well. But you got Ross Chastain versus Kyle Busch. That'll be leading us to green. I know it says Carson Hocevar out front for now, but he'll be dropping to the rear. But Sonoma is really one of the most beautiful racetracks that we go to. I mean, I wish that we raced there when the grass was green, because that also, I think it just looks so much more prettier when the grass is green and not like dead, but it's whatever. I did not see the ARCA race. I don't know if did something crazy happen? I appreciate it, Eric. Yeah, I'm not sure how many people will tune in tomorrow for the F1 race. We're going to kind of test the waters with that one. F1's a bigger motorsport than NASCAR, but then again, there are already quite a few established, live commentary channels for F1, so they've already got kind of followings. But we'll be coming to the green flag here tonight. It is 75 laps, which isn't very many, but when you're racing on the road course, each lap is just about a minute around here. A little over, actually. It's more like a minute and 20 seconds or so. The fastest lap times they'll be running tonight will probably be in the 118s, 117s. Yeah, we're in wine country. That's for sure, Eric. But tonight could definitely be a day when the Truck Series playoff picture changes up. If they're able to beat out some of the Cup Series regulars that are racing in the field tonight, there's already quite a few underdogs starting near the front. Tonight, you've already got Tyler Ankrum rolling off 5th, Hailie Deegan rolling off 9th, Grant Enfinger in 8th. And then you have Maddie D in 12th. Definitely a lot of crazy things could happen. This is the first time the Truck Series are racing at Sonoma for over 20 years. This is one of the staples of the early Truck Series calendar, but they decided to stop coming here. But honestly, the Truck Series coming here this weekend, I don't know. A lot of teams, they barely had enough trucks show up to complete a full field. But a lot of the reason why these Cup Series or Xfinity Series guys are filling in is because more of the Truck Series usuals, or more so the back marker teams, those guys can't afford to come all the way out here. So the Cup Series guys are kind of filling in for them because they're already out here. So that's really the only kind of negative here. And that's definitely something that I think does need to be kind of reworked out with the next NASCAR TV deal, because the TV deal is kind of how a lot of these, that's what kind of sets up the purse and how much these teams make for the weekend. And so I think the lower series need to make a bit more money, or else we're just going to see a lack of competition in these lower series. But we'll be getting the green flag here in just a couple of moments. Still performing, they're still on the opening pace laps here. Also, guys, we're on the road to 1,700 subscribers, so I appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Yeah, Mark, we're in wine country, except that's WHIENE. I almost misspelled wine, but yeah, that's perfect country for Elliott Hamlin. You really want KB to win so you can get 61 wins? I don't know, man. I think he's already got enough. He's already got enough wins in the Truck Series, man. I think we need to get somebody else up here. It'd be crazy to see a new name in victory lane in the Truck Series out west. Like I was saying, shake up the playoff picture. I'm really interested to see, though, what happens with Carson Hocevar. He's going to have to drop to the rear from the pole because he crashed after that pole run. And with that broken foot, they're probably not going to want to keep him out there that long. So I'm really interested to see if they bring him in and they put Daniel Suarez in that truck. I know if you're Carson Hocevar, you don't want to come out of that truck. I mean, you're a racer. You want to keep racing. That's what you do. But, I mean, it's just not really worth the risk right now. And I'm not even talking about if he were to get involved in an accident. So because of that injury where he broke his I think it's the tibia or something, it's something in his ankle, but they had to put a screw in there and have a full-blown surgery on it so that he's in this point where he is now. But it usually takes 4 months to recover that surgery fully. Now, I'm sure he's a younger guy, he'll heal a bit quicker, but I mean, even if he doesn't get involved in an accident and there's not something major happening, like he doesn't notice that there's a big pain difference, I mean, if you overuse that ankle, I mean, you don't want that thing to heal the wrong way. And then you have a permanent limp, or you're going to have to, have that ankle reconstructed again. So that way it's a normal ankle or something. That's just what I think about it. Okay, now the poll has actually shifted to now Bowman and Kyle Busch each have 40% of the vote. I'm kind of surprised by that, not going to lie. Bowman is not the best road course racer. I know he was kind of close at COTA, but then honestly at COTA, he kind of proved why I don't think that he would be leading the poll, because he kind of just threw it in on Kyle Busch and took them both out of the race. Seth, Haley Deegan is starting today in, I think, P9 or actually P8 once she'll be starting in P8. So I think this is probably one of her best qualifying runs ever. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to hold that track position or not. Haley Deegan is definitely desperate for a good run right now. Last weekend at Gateway, though, she did have a pretty solid night. She probably had her best run so far this year. She finished in the top 15 and got some stage points. But yeah, right now, that playoff cut line is a big gap from Grant Enfinger in 10th to Derek Kraus in 11th. The gap from 10th to 11th in the Truck Series playoff cutoff is basically a full race worth of points, 44 points. So those guys below the cutoff line, they're desperate for a win, like Derek Kraus, Tanner Gray, Matty D, and Tyler Ankrum. And all those guys are starting pretty close to the front tonight. I'll try to keep updated on the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe, guys. Can we get up to 10 likes to start off this bad boy tonight? Kyle Busch winning in trucks is about as exciting as LeBron winning the Special Olympics. Yeah, I agree with that one there. And I expect him to really just get out there and check out tonight, to be honest, especially with Hocevar dropping to the rear. Now he only has to get around one car to get out front. Now, I don't really remember Kyle Busch being overly, this is not one of Kyle Busch's strongest tracks, but I mean, I don't know. When you're in the type of equipment that he's got underneath him and you're Kyle Busch, it's probably going to be pretty easy for him. So we'll be going green next time by. Mark, yeah, Carson's foot is hurt. Give it a month at least, not a week later on the road course. Yeah, I think Carson Hocevar is going to be doing this whole kind of start and have somebody fill in for him thing for they do have the break, but I'd say probably through Nashville, if maybe one more race, but he's going to need at least probably a month for that thing to, be healed, and at least to a point where he's not really at risk of injuring it again if he were to get caught up in a crash or something. But yeah, Daniel Suarez is standing there next to the pit box, ready to hop in at any moment if he needs to do so. Well, Eric, NASCAR never told it okay to race at Sonoma. That made me mad. My team will miss out for 27 Cup car. Mark, Kyle can't win them all, but if you can't beat them, learn from him. I know. I guess that is a thing, though. That I think it's great to have Kyle Busch and those type of guys in the. It's great to have those Cup Series regulars racing in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. I think to make the competition better, so these guys can battle some of the greats and gain that experience of racing real racers. But the thing is Kyle Busch is like the only one who does it. So there's no other Cup Series guys to compete with Kyle Busch. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like Kyle Busch. You know, back in the day, like maybe 5-6 years ago, you'd have like Logano, Busch, Larson, more than that, you'd have Hamlin or Kyle, or you'd have Truex or somebody. You'd have like probably 4 or 5 Cup Series regulars in competitive equipment on any given Xfinity Series race weekend that would be battling. And I think that made it just so much better for those Xfinity Series rookies to battle some real racers and just gain that knowledge. But it's just different now because there's literally only 1 or 2 of them maybe on a given weekend. But it's going to be Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain leading them to green at Sonoma. They make up row number 1. Kyle Busch on the inside, Ross Chastain on the outside. Well, there's not really an inside and an outside here because the turn's kind of weave and turn, you know what I mean? It's not just right, left. It's not just left-handers. But anyways, it's Kyle Busch versus Ross Chastain. And then on row 2, you have Tyler Ankrum and Ty Majeski. Into the Geico restart zone they go. And the green flag is out for the DOORDASH 250 at Sonoma. And Ross Chastain with a great restart, already clear of Kyle Busch as they go up the hill, up turn 1 through turn 2. And now Kyle Busch, though, is going to clear that battle for second place, but they're still side by side for third. Ty Majeski, though, looks like he's going to clear Tyler Ankrum as they go up the hill. Ross Chastain, though, out front than Kyle Busch, Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, and Alex Bowman, your top 5. Now here they come down towards turn 4. As they line up the short chute, they come flying through the short chute for the first time in 20 years in the Truck Series. And then toward turn 6. And your top 5 still the same, though. Hailie Deegan makes a move to the inside of the 23, and they're up on the curbs over there. They're battling hard back in the pack. Hailie Deegan's going to drop in behind the 52, now the 25 all over the bumper of that one truck. Through the S's they go. Still trying to get single file back in the pack. Lawless Allen and Casgarala side by side back in the pack through the S's. Oh, and Kyle Busch off in the dirt in turn 10. We saw that happen a lot in practice. Already on lap 1, you have Kyle Busch off the track there. And I think we're going to see that type of mistake from a lot of guys tonight in turn 10, where they just push it a bit too far and go off in the dirt and maybe end up getting eaten up by the tire barriers. But now Kyle Busch and Ty Majeski side by side for second as they go up the hill. Kyle Busch has the preferred inside line as they go up the hill, but once they hit turn 1, Ty Majeski will have that preferred inside line. Ty Majeski still to the inside of the 51 truck, but I think Kyle Busch is going to get a good enough run off the outer line, and Kyle Busch holds on to second place. But Ty Majeski is hungry right there in that 66 truck. Meanwhile, Ross Chastain, though, is pulling away from this battle for second place. Ross Chastain already has a 3-second lead, and we're not even a lap and a half into this race. But Alex Bowman now closing up on the bumper of the 16 truck for fourth place. Carson Hocevar still out there on the racetrack. But your top 10 as they run: Chastain, Busch, Majeski, Ankrum, Bowman, Nemechek, Enfinger, Friesen, Deegan, and Dibby, your top 10. Austin Dillon has moved up a couple spots already. He's picked up about 4 spots. He's up to 12th. But Chastain still checking out now over Kyle Busch, who's in second place through turn 10 again, and Kyle Busch doesn't make the same mistake twice. But meanwhile, back in the pack, they're really slicing and dicing. It looks like Hailie Deegan and Matty D are side by side coming down towards this final braking zone in turn 11. Deegan's going to hold that spot for now. Oh, but Deegan's lost a couple spots now in that turn 11. She got bumped down on the way, and Deegan's dropped back to 12th here early. She started in 8th place, but she's already lost 4 spots. Deegan slipping back here. She's just not really holding her own like the other guys around her. She's getting bumped around a bit, but Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate it. We got 20 people liking, and we got 20 people watching, and we got 4 likes, guys. Appreciate it if you drop a like. Oh, the 98 all over the bumper of the one truck there. And man, Lawless Allen off in the dirt there a bit as they approach the S's. Man, I'm going to have to pull up the track map, guys. At these road courses, I can't remember which turns are what, especially since they changed to the layout. And here in turn 11 braking zone, the 18 really drove it into the inside of the 99, but that's not going to stick. Behind them, though, the 45 and the 02 battling for 18th. Okay, now I've got the track map pulled up in front of me so I can give a bit better officiating or a bit better commentating. Appreciate everybody watching, though, so far tonight. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch is kind of closing in on Chastain just a bit. He's taken out a half a second out of that lead. I think Kyle Busch now, once he gets into rhythm, he'll close in on him. Bowman trying to get to the inside of that 16 truck through the S's. He was all over the bumper of the 16 as they came off turn 7. And now in turns 11, they go. The 7's going to make a move to the inside of the 16. And Alex Bowman is just right on the curb through turn 11. And as they go through turn 12, that final kink onto the front straightaway, the 7's got the advantage. He's not quite clear of him yet, though, as they go up the hill, up turn 1, approaching turn 2. The 7's now got the preferred line, but they're still side by side. The 7 trying to pinch the 16 a bit, and the 7's going to move up to 4th place. Alex Bowman's picked up 2 spots since the start of this race. Meanwhile, Parker Kligerman on the move. He's up from 12th place to 9th, and he's going to be looking to get by the 52 truck of Stuart Friesen as they approach turn 4. Yeah, Bowman's now pulling away from that 16 truck now that he's got clean air on that nose, but it's a 3-second gap to the next truck in front of him of Ty Majeski in 3rd place. Meanwhile, Deegan somewhat stopped the bleeding. She's dropped back to 13th, and she's stayed there for about 2 laps now. We're 5 laps into stage 1. Stage 1's 20 laps today. But Chastain is just keeping that gap over Kyle Busch somewhat steady. Kyle Busch, though, is slowly closing in on that one truck. I'll check back in on the chat now as they're under commercial break. Good to see you, that Sammered guy. Mark Enfinger could use a good finish. Well, Enfinger's already 50 points above the cutoff line, so he's not really in desperate need of a good finish tonight. Right now, though, somebody who is looking for a good finish, Tyler Ankrum running in 5th place. I think he's about 50 points below the cutoff line. So if he can get top 5 in both stages like he's running right now and finish the race in the top 10, he'd probably move up about maybe 15 points on that cutoff line, which should be at least a good dent into that gap. But you know what? If he get a win tonight, though, that would change everything. Yeah, guys below the cutoff line who are running solid so far tonight is, like I said, Ankrum in 5th. And then you have Maddie D in 10th, as well as Haley Deegan in 13th and Derek Kraus in 15th. So you have 4 guys running in the top 15 right now who need a win to get into the playoffs. So they're definitely going to be willing to make some moves. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far tonight. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe, guys. We're at 5 likes right now. Could we double that and get to 10? Also, guys, on the road to 1,600 subscribers, 77 subs from 1,600. But yeah, tomorrow, like I was saying, guys, and I updated you guys in my community tab, we will be going live at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time to commentate the F1 race at Baku, my first ever F1 commentary. And then tomorrow we will be back with the NASCAR Cup Series at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow is this is the last weekend of Fox coverage for the NASCAR Cup Series. So we'll be free of Clint Boyer and his crazy commentaries, his Boyerisms, if you'll call it that, after this weekend. Appreciate everybody though tuning in so far. I really am interested to see how this race goes, though. Currently, though, we're under commercial break. And Carson Hocevar still is on the track. He has worked his way up from the rear of the field to 25th, so he's picked up 10 spots so far. But I don't know. They may pull him out of that truck. We'll have to see. If it was me and I was the owner of that team, I would pull Hocevar out of that truck. I know that you want to let your racers race, but it's not worth making that injury any worse. I mean, you can have him start and park kind of these couple of races and have somebody fill in for him and still at least have a shot at making the playoffs. But otherwise, not quite the case. Oh, Stuart Friesen in turn 7, he made a dive bomb to the inside of the 75, and that did not stick. He locked it up and spun that truck around, and now he's back out on track, but he's not. He is all the way back in, it looks like 20-something. He is dropped way back, though, in that 52 truck. We're going to see a lot of moves like that tonight, or a lot of incidents like that tonight, where somebody really just chucked it up the inside, and it just didn't quite stick for him. Okay, we're back. We're back, guys. Sorry for that little break. Approaching 11 to go, though, in stage 1. Chastain, though, his gap over Kyle Busch is slowly closing. It was up to 3.5 seconds at the start of this race, but it's down to about 1.5 seconds. Kyle Busch, if he keeps up this pace, we might have a battle for this stage win before it's over. But if you guys are wondering about the Carson Hocevar storyline, he's still out there on track after having to go to the rear, but he's already worked his way up to 24th, picking up 12 spots. He seems to be doing fine, and I'm sure he is doing okay. It's just I don't know if you want to risk it. Not sure if it's worth risking it for the biscuit, if you hear what I'm saying. But Stuart Friesen was one of the big incidents to start the day. Locked it up entering turn 7, and he dropped from 8th place all the way back to 33rd, well out of contention for any stage points now. But your top 10 as they run: Chastain, Busch, Majeski, Bowman, Ankrum, Nemechek, Enfinger, Kligerman, DiBenedetto, and Dillon. So quite a few Cup Series regulars in the top 10 right now. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 Cup guys in the top 10 right now. But then you have Zane Smith in 11th and Haley Deegan in 12th. But yeah, stage 1, 20 laps, so we're almost to halfway in stage 1. The leaders might catch lap traffic before this stage is over. It will be close, but if they've already got guys 40 seconds down and a lap is about 100, a lap's about 80 seconds, give or take, and we're almost halfway through this stage, they might catch some lap traffic before the end of this one. But that is if we don't get a caution here in stage 1. Oh, the 46 looks like it's blowing up. Looks like the 46 of Stephen Parsons is blowing up as he was going down the straightaway from turn 3 to turn 4. Also, it looks like Hocevar will be swapping out of that truck now. Suarez is putting on the helmet, so it looks like they're going to pull Carson Hocevar after 10 laps. He'd worked his way up about 13 spots, but you're not sure if that's a team decision or a Hocevar decision to pull out of the truck. It doesn't look like he's really losing too much time on the track, but he may be in pain. He's up to 23rd. And the 19 truck's going to get by the 1. But yeah, you got Chastain, Busch, Majeski, Bowman, Ankrum, your top 5. And some guys are going off track through the S's. That's what's kicking up a lot of dirt and dust in the air. Mark, your picks are still the 51, 41, and 99. Well, they're all running pretty solid right now. And the 18 and the 02 battling it out. That's a battle for, I believe. Oh, and Carson Hocevar will hit pit road with 9 to go in stage 1. Carson Hocevar's hitting pit road, and he is going to be swapping out with Daniel Suarez. And it looks like he might be able to just stay on the lead lap. We'll see. If he doesn't stay on the lead lap, it might actually be pretty close because these leaders will catch some lap traffic probably before the end of the stage. So he's going to have to battle it out. But then you got Zane Smith, who's worked his way into 10th now. He's looking at getting some stage points. He just knocked out the 02 of Austin Dillon. And that 46 truck that was putting some smoke out on the track, they pulled that thing off. That's your first retirement of the day. We're down to 35 trucks. But meanwhile, Kyle Busch, that gap had gotten down to 1.8 seconds, and it's kind of stayed that for the last couple of laps. I mean, he's within about 10 truck lengths of that 41 car of Chastain. I'm used to saying the 1 car of Chastain, but now I'm saying the 41 truck, actually, of Chastain. I mean, Kyle Busch definitely within striking distance of that one of the 41 truck if he were to make any slight bobble. Meanwhile, the 99 driver in the Cup Series, Daniel Suarez, still working on swapping rides with the 42 of Carson Hocevar. They've gotten Hocevar out of the car and Suarez is in, but they're having to re-put the window net back up. So they're probably going to lose a lap here. They just can't worry. They can't lose 2 laps. If you lose 2 laps, then that's going to be hard to rebound from here. But the battle for the stage win might be heating up here with 7 to go. I say heating up, but then again, these guys really don't care about stage points. And it will be interesting to see if we see these guys pull off with, right before pit road opens and they decide to pit before the end of the stage, or if they run it out to the end of the stage. Because you can pit and get fresh tires and then cycle to the front after everybody pits at the end of the stage, or you can stay out and get the stage points, but then you're going to have to pit and drop back. And that 42 truck is back out onto the racing surface, but he is, I believe, 2 laps down, or is it 1 or 2 laps? I believe Hocevar is 2 laps down. So there's still no other cars that are in danger of going a lap down yet. But it's going to be close. They might catch a couple of cars. And so he may be bad. He might be stuck in a bad situation. If he's the only car a couple laps down, then he'll get that free pass. But if somebody else gets that free pass at the end of the stage, it's going to be a long race for Suarez if he wants to ever get back on the lead lap. And whoa, Allen went wide at turn 4. He nearly got into the tire barrier at the chute. Now that opened the door for I can't even tell you what number that is, ladies and gents, the 30 of Garrett. But I actually don't think Garrett's in that car today. I think that is in the 30 car. Yes, it is. And see, Bilicki's going to go by the 45 for that is 18th position. Meanwhile, Zane Smith still holds on to that 10th and final stage point by a 2-second gap over Austin Dillon. But Austin Dillon's getting chased down by Derek Kraus. So Derek Kraus might have a shot at getting that final stage point here before the end of stage 1. He's got 6 laps to catch Zane Smith. But both of those guys are catching the 75 of Parker Clearman and the 25 of Matty D. But yeah, so Hocevar should be free. He should be getting that free pass. It's about 15 seconds for the leaders before they would catch the 12 of Spencer Boyd. He would be the next car they'd put a lap down. So they got to be more worried about somebody spinning off the track and not bringing out a yellow, and then somebody else losing a lap in that way. So. Yeah, no. So Suarez is 2 laps down now in that 42 truck. But even though since the Hocevar started the race, any points that the 42 truck scores will go to him. So it's not a total loss necessarily. But Kyle Busch is definitely closing in on Chastain. It's very slowly, but it's definitely happening. The gap is down to under 1.5 seconds. He's picked up about 0.5 second in the last 2 laps. So he'll definitely have a shot at doing something to that 41 truck before the end of the stage if he wants to. And the gap and the battle for third will also be picking up here probably. It's about a 2-second gap now from Majeski to Bowman. It was about 4 seconds not too long ago. And Ankrum's still behind the 7 truck there too, getting into that battle. And then you have Nemechek, Enfinger, Kligerman, DiBenedetto, and Smith rounding out your top 10. I'm still very interested to see whether or not these guys come to pit before the end of the stage and get those fresh tires. Because I think that's what they do, because stage points don't really matter at all to either the 41, the 51, 7, 75, 25. I mean, pretty much almost anybody in the top 10, stage points don't matter, except maybe if you're the 66 or 16. Oh, Hammer, you're back. You missed the pre-race. So did I. I don't know what the pit window is, but I think they can go the whole stage without pitting. I actually don't think they'll need to make a green flag pit stop at all this whole day. Yeah, no, Hocevar definitely had a solid run before he was pulled out of the truck. But yeah, it's just not worth the risk, to be honest, of having him in there. But yeah, Busch is really closing in on the back of Chastain now. He might be able to get it under 1 second here soon. And Stuart Friesen's going to hit pit road, guys. We're going to see a lot more trucks hit pit road is my guess here soon. With 4 to go, Stuart Friesen hitting pit road. There's really no point for him there's no point in him not pitting. He spun earlier and locked up the tires. So he has no point. He has no shot at getting stage points. And Chastain's going to hit pit road. Kyle Busch really thought about doing it. He'll probably come next time by. Oh, and Chastain's going to tag the pit road entry wall. Didn't get it slowed down quite enough. He might get caught for speeding, actually, but that's minor damage. He just tagged the left rear to the wall. I mean, he's maybe going 70 miles per hour when he did that. That'll be fine. But anybody else going to hit pit road in the top 5? Nope, doesn't look like it yet. But I think next time by, we're going to see a lot of guys hit pit road. Still only Chastain and Friesen, the only 2 trucks to pit so far. But with Chastain pitting from the top 10, that would move Derek Kraus into an opportunity to get stage points. Now he's in 10th. I'd have to guess, though, that Kyle Busch is going to pit here. Yeah, I don't know why Kyle Busch should stay out here. These stage points mean nothing to him. But if he does pull off, I think Ty Majeski would stay out, and he would maybe inherit this stage win, which would be big for him. Chandler Smith in the 0-2 of Casgarala rubbing doors through turn 4. But it looks like a green flag pit stop takes you just about, it's going to cost you about 30 seconds, if not more, on the racetrack. That's what it seems. And Kyle Busch is going to hit pit road, as so will Alex Bowman. Ty Majeski stays out, so there's not going to be many other people who have the opportunity to pit, because it's going to be 2 to go. And now it's 2 to go. So Kyle Busch and Bowman pit. Nobody else will have that opportunity. So that'll cycle Ty Majeski to the lead over Tyler Ankrum. And then John Nemechek in 3rd, Infinger 5th. Kligerman would be 6th, it looks like. Yeah, that's going to give, I think, Dylan and Deegan now stage points. And Chastain might be able to even catch up to the 1 car of Deegan and take a stage point from her. I take that back. It looks like a pit road's going to cost you about 40 seconds on track. So, I mean, nobody from the who pitted there is going to have a shot at stage points. They weren't able to check out on the field that much. But they're coming to the white flag. And it's Stuart Friesen, who's just in front of the 66 truck, who is the leader. He's just trying to hold on to this tail end of the lead lap. But meanwhile, the battle for this stage win is going to really be heating up. The 16 is right on the bumper of the 66 of Ty Majeski as they get the white flag in stage 1. The gap from 1st to 2nd is half a second, and it's Majeski versus Ankrum with 1 to go in stage 1 at Sonoma. And Friesen, who's trying to stay on the lead lap, has the 66 all over his bumper. He kind of checks Majeski up there off turn 2. Now the 16's all over the bumper of the 66 as they go up the hill for the 2nd time and through turn 3 as they come down towards turn 4. And the 16's going to make a move to the inside of the 66. He has to back out of it. Majeski throws a big block there. Through the chute they go. The 16's to the inside of Majeski. Once again, Majeski with a big block as they enter turn 7. Oh, and the 66 going to go deep. Ankrum now is the window to the inside of Majeski. They're side by side as they approach the S's. Ankrum has a slight advantage, but he's going to have to back out of it as they go through the S's. It's Majeski versus Ankrum. He's going to have a couple more shots at getting by Majeski, once in turn 10 and in turn 11. Will he be willing to give the 66 the bump for the stage win? This is the final lap in stage 1. Here they approach turn 11. And is the 16 within a shot and making a move? Majeski makes a really tight corner. Can the 16 turn under him? Off corner exit? Nope. Ty Majeski is going to win it in stage 1 over Tyler Ankrum. What a battle. The battle of the ties. Majeski holds on to that stage 1 win over Ankrum. Then Nemechek in 3rd. And then Infinger 4th. It looks like Hailie Deegan will get that final stage point, it looks like. So yeah, your top 10 at the end of the stage. Majeski, Ankrum, Nemechek, Infinger, Kligerman, your top 5. Then Dibby, Kraus, Smith, Dillon, and Deegan, your top 10. Eckes and Rhodes just miss out on stage points. But all these guys are going to have to pit at the end of the stage, and that will cycle the guys who pitted before the stage break to the lead, and that includes Chastain, Kyle Busch, and Stuart Friesen. Those are the only 3 trucks to pit before the end of the stage, which I'm pretty surprised by. But Carson Hocevar will be the free pass truck, and that, I mean, not Carson Hocevar. Now it's Stuart Friesen in the 42. I mean, goodness gracious, guys. Now it's Daniel Suarez in the 42, and he'll go to 1 lap down. So Daniel Suarez slowly working his way back in this thing. Appreciate everybody tuning in so far, guys. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. We got like 20 people watching right now, and we got 6 likes, guys. Can we get a couple more likes? I'd appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far through stage 1, guys. We got over 20 people watching right now. I appreciate it. But we got 20 people watching, and we got 6 likes, guys. Can we get 4 more likes and get up to 10? Or could we even get up to 20 likes if everybody watching right now dropped a like? I'm just saying. But Ty Majeski picking up the stage win here and getting that playoff point. Ty Majeski, I believe, is the highest driver in points right now without a race win. So he's really not in danger of dropping out of the playoffs or dropping out of the top 10 in the points. But getting that extra playoff point for winning the stage, that's pretty big for that team. But Tyler Ankrum, who came into this race, I believe 50 points below the cutoff line, is going to pick up 9 points on Grant Enfinger. But the thing is Grant Enfinger also stayed out and kind of covered that strategy. So Grant Enfinger finished 4th in the stage, and he picked up, I believe that is 7 stage points. So Ankrum only gained 2 points on that cutoff line. And then Matty D, also driver below the cutoff, who picked up quite a few stage points, Derek Kraus and Haley Deegan. But once again, because that cutoff driver, Grant Enfinger, finished 4th in the stage, I mean, it pretty much cancels out any gains those guys made. Oops. And I'm not quite sure how many laps is stage 2. So stage 2 is 25 laps. And so that means stage 3 will be 30 laps. So they might, I'm not sure what the fuel window is, guys, but my guess is, I can maybe look it up. But my guess is that if the final stage were to go green, they would maybe have to pit once. Or maybe you could save enough fuel to make it to the end. Yeah, it's not giving me the fuel. I'm trying to figure out what the fuel window is, but it's not telling me. But now here comes everybody down pit road. Everybody's got to pit here, except if they pitted before the stage break. And so that's trucks like the 41, the 51, and the 52. So those guys will cycle to the lead now, as well as the 7 truck. But now these guys, I mean, their tires will be 2 laps fresher than the leaders, but that's a very minor amount. They're not going to have a huge difference between them or a huge advantage. Oh, appreciate it, guys. Almost to 10 likes. So Ankrum wins the race off pit road over Majeski. So we have a swap for the lead on pit road. But that's not even for the lead. That'll be, I think, 5th place once everything cycles through. And they had an issue on the 4 truck on that pit stop, so he lost quite a bit of track position. Still, I think today's going to be a battle of the Cup Series regulars, unless they get taken out, kind of like what happened at COTA. Oh, but of one of the Cup Series regulars, Harrison Burton in the 17 truck this weekend's got the hood up on pit road. It looks like the motor's still running, but not quite sure what the issue is yet on the 17 truck. But that California heat often causes mechanical failures. The trucks often maybe overheat, something breaks. But he's going to be dropping to the rear of the field no matter what. Only one truck out of this race so far. That's the 46 of Stephen Parsons. That car or that truck blew up or had something break on it early on. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, guys. But, your leader now will be Chastain and then Kyle Busch. So we're going to have another restart just like the first race restart. Chastain had a great launch on the initial start of this race, and he cleared Kyle Busch and just never looked back. But will Kyle Busch be able to counter that this time? Because Ross Chastain on the last restart, he picked the inside line for turn 1, but then that inside line becomes the outside line in turn 2. So if the driver who restarts on the outside on the initial restart can stay on the corner panel of the leader through turn 1, then they'll have the preferred line through turn 2. So we might see the battle for the lead heat up here. Tyler Haley Deegan's pit crew picked up 4 spots on pit road. That's a pretty solid job. So basically, she was running in 10th at the end of the stage break, and because 4 guys didn't pit, she would have lost 4 spots. But because the pit crew gained her 4 spots, she's just going to break even and restart this one in 10th. Man, the majority of you guys in the poll, though, still say Alex Bowman will win over Busch, then it's Chastain and Rhodes. So I'd still say Kyle Busch or Chastain would be my pick tonight. Just because Bowman's having a solid run. He's still in the top 5, but I don't know. He's not quite on the same level as the guys he's around right now. Definitely not near as competitive as I'd say the 50, the 51, the 41, the 66, maybe even the 16. And also, there are a lot of guys farther back in the pack who haven't really gotten near the front yet, so we don't know how some of those other trucks may handle in clean air. Mark, you're saying Bowman's not going to win tonight? Yeah, I agree. I just don't think Bowman's going to win unless we get a couple crazy late race restarts or something, or the 51 and the 41 somehow take themselves out of this. Because I just don't see him being able to get by Kyle Busch and Chastain. They just seem a lot stronger than that 7 truck right now. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in, though, so far. Oh, Maddie D's got a penalty on pit road. Oh, Haley Deegan has a penalty on pit road, so that great pit stop erased. So Maddie D, Deegan's got a penalty. A couple other trucks I saw. I think maybe Lawless Allen had a penalty. All those guys are going to have to drop to the rear. And so that is very tough news for those trucks. Those guys are running in the top 10, had an opportunity at good runs today, but now they're going to have to work their way through the whole field in stage 2 and stage 3. But now Suarez is back to 1 lap down. So if he gets another quick caution here in stage 2, then he'll be back on the lead lap. Or he's just got to hope that nobody else drops a lap in stage 2 and he doesn't have to battle for that free pass with anyone. Eric, the pit window is lap 40 or it's 40 laps. Yeah, so we're not going to see any green flag pit stops today, guys. Yeah, so Suarez's strategy is until they get back on the lead lap, they're just going to fill that truck up with fuel every time they pit. So that way, when they get back on the lead lap, they'll have extra tires to use to maybe try and get by some of their opponents. But it looks like Harrison Burton, they put the hood back down on that truck. So whatever issue it was, they're able to hopefully solve it, it seems. So he's going to drop to the rear of the field because of that. I have to say, Harrison Burton has really struggled this year. I mean, both in the Cup Series, and he has made a couple Cup Truck Series starts. But in all of his Truck Series starts, he's competed in that 17 truck, which is a pretty strong truck. We've seen that truck go to victory lane or battle for wins before. So, I mean, the fact that he's not competing at the same level as the other guys who drive that truck is a bit concerning. It sounds like the 17 trucks. So now they're saying, report they're down on power. The engine's just is stumbling. So that thing may not make it to the end of the race on full power. So Harrison Burton's shot at getting a win today, definitely down the tubes, it seems. Also, Sheldon Creed, his wife just gave birth to their first child. Congrats, Sheldon. Okay, guys, appreciate it. If we could get to 10 likes, just one more like, and we're going to hit 10 likes, guys. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're about to get the green flag for stage 2. Kyle Busch on the inside this time. Ross Chastain on the outside. Same thing as the first restart, except this time the drivers are swapped lanes. Who's going to get the jump? Chastain got it last time. Through the Geico restart zone they go. And once again, Chastain with a pretty good launch, but the 51's still there as they go up the hill. Now Chastain's clear of Kyle Busch as they go through turns 1, and now they're approaching turn 2. And Bowman is just going to clear Stuart Friesen for third place, it looks like, and then Friesen and Ankrum side by side for fourth as they go through turns 3 and 4. Now down the hill they go towards turn 5. And it looks like Ankrum and Stuart Friesen still side by side for fourth. Through the chute they go. Now, as they approach turn 7, the 52 is going to make a aggressive block on the 16. And they're 3 wide. And now Enfinger is going to go around in turn 7. And everybody drives out of the way to avoid that 23 truck. But that is not good for the 23. They were running in the top 10. They got big stage points in stage 1. But now there's no way they're getting stage points in stage 2. So he is the cutoff car right now, and he doesn't want to lose any points to that cutoff line and be in danger of dropping out of the top 10. But now Kyle Busch right on the bumper of that 41 in turn 11. No, Ross Chastain's going to lock it up in turn 11, and Kyle Busch is just going to drive underneath him, and now Kyle Busch is out front at Sonoma. Kyle Busch used the intimidation tactics to get by the 41 of Chastain. Chastain with that lockup in turn 11. And Kyle Busch is by and to the lead. Now Bowman in third is also closing in on the bumper of Chastain. In fourth place is Ankrum, and then Friesen in fifth. Majeski, Kligerman, Rhodes, Eckes, your top 10. But yeah, last time, approaching turn 7, the 23 made a move to the inside of the 16 and 66. They were 3 wide, and that just didn't stick. Almost identical to what happened with Stuart Friesen in stage 1. But yeah, so now Enfinger's got he's got a lot of rebounding to do. He dropped all the way to the tail end of the field. And we're up to 10 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, and the 98 is in the wall. The 98's in the wall. That's near the S's. And that's going to bring out the caution. He may be done for the day. That thing's pretty torn up. Christian Eckes, a driver who's had so much momentum recently, he's backed it into the wall. I think that's kind of like turn 8, the entry to the S's. And that thing is, it looks like he's trying to get it rolling again. He might be actually stuck to the retaining wall. It looks like he's gotten help from the 18 of Chandler Smith. Are we going to have an Eckes versus Smith rivalry brewing here? If this was coming off turn 7, it looks like the 90. Oh, this is actually Nemechek. That was actually Nemechek and Eckes that got together there. That was coming off, kind of entering the S's off turn 8. And actually, I think that's the 98's fault there, guys. It looks like Eckes kind of cleared himself off the nose of the 4 there. Thought he was clear already, but he was not quite clear. And then he just spun into the wall. I mean, that truck doesn't have too much damage, but it's definitely not going to be as competitive as it was before. But that will give Daniel Suarez the free pass, and will put that 42 truck, now driven by Daniel Suarez, back on the lead lap. So Suarez is back in this race. And the 98 truck still hasn't been able to really get rolling yet. I think that truck might be getting put on the hook. It doesn't look like it has too much damage, but there might be more damage under the hood. But turn 7 has definitely been the action spot so far today. That's where we've seen a lot of the bumping and banging, or a lot of the spins have happened, and where our most recent caution has kind of originated. They are side by side through that turn 7 braking zone, and then the 98 just cleared himself as they entered the S's. Hammer, you're rooting for anybody except Kyle Busch to win this race. You're probably not the only one. Excuse me, guys. Also, Chipotle is on the way, guys. So once I get that burrito, man, I'm going to be chowing down in this live stream. Also, guys, yeah, like I was saying, if you're just tuning in, so far it was Chastain out front for all of stage 1, but then him and Kyle Busch, Bowman, and a couple others pitted before the end of that stage break. We see that strategy a lot on road courses. And that cycled the lead to Ty Majeski, who picked up his stage win here at Sonoma, the first stage win. And then on the second restart, it was to start stage 2. It was Chastain versus Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch won on that restart. So now it's Kyle Busch out front and Chastain in second. And now we're under caution for contact between the 98 and the 4 that sent the 98 of Eckes into the wall, and his day is basically done. Well, happy birthday, Eric. And we got about 20 people watching right now, guys. Appreciate it if we get up to 20 likes. We got 10 likes in stage 1. Can we get 10 more in stage 2? This is going to be a big one, guys. If the Cup Series guys get taken out of this, I think the window's definitely going to open up for somebody who's below the cutoff line to maybe sneak a win here at Sonoma. Like Tyler Ankram's been running in the top 5 the entire day and is right now running in 4th. So that's who my eyes are on. But then I think Parker Kligerman could steal a win here. I mean, obviously, he's not running for points, but still, that would be a win stolen by Kligerman. But also Kraus running in the top 10. Kraus was super strong last weekend at Gateway. He's having a decent run to follow up in this weekend. Then also, after that restart where Deegan and De Benedetto had to go to the rear of the field, from the rear of the field, they've already made all the track position up to where they're in 23rd and 25th, respectively. So this is another restart. Now they'll have another opportunity to pick up some more spots. Also, Harrison Burton moved from the rear of the field up to 27th. So each of those guys picked up about 8 to 10 spots. So that's pretty solid. Also, Eckes, 2 laps down now. I think he's out of this race. He'll join Stefan Parsons in the garage. Now we've got 34 trucks left, all of them still on the lead lap. And we've gotten a couple new subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. Up to 76 subs from 1,700. Update the poll. Appreciate anybody who has subscribed. We'll get restarted with about 14 or 13 to go in stage 2, which sounds like a sprint, but that is a lot of racing considering each lap's about a minute and about 15 seconds. Also, we got a couple more likes. I appreciate that. But your top 10 as they run: Busch, Chastain, Bowman, Friesen, Majeski, Kligerman, Rhodes, Nemechek, and Kraus. But then you have the Cup Series driver Austin Dillon in 11th place. Dillon having a pretty decent run so far in that equipment. Todd Bodine coming back for a couple Truck Series starts this year. He's running in 21st, which is the last couple runs he's had. He's been more so in the top 15, but he's qualified in, I think, 33rd. So he's already picked up 12 spots from where he qualified. So he's moving in the right direction. Matt Crafton has really been struggling out here in the desert. He's in 20th right now and really hasn't run any higher than that yet today. But a lot of the big names we see out front at the mile and a halfs or the oval races are not quite out front today. Zane Smith in 17th right now. He's been running kind of in the bottom half of the top 10 or outside the top 10 most of the day. But also Chandler Smith has been outside the top 10 all day. John Nemechek hasn't really run inside the top 5 yet. So yeah, some of the bigger drivers today not doing as hot on the road course. That Simmer guy, you kind of hate how Kyle Busch bullies against rookies. So I wouldn't say you're necessarily bullies these guys. I mean, it may come off as that, but he's just that much better. But I think it is good that you have these more experienced drivers racing in the lower levels. I just think, and I mean, if it was let's say it was Chase Elliott who all ran a ton of truck races all the time, and Kyle Busch didn't run any, like, let's say they swapped roles in an alternate universe, then people probably wouldn't really like Chase Elliott because he'd just be in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series just stealing wins from everybody. It's like, I just don't, when it's only one Cup Series guy racing against these guys, well, yeah, he's just going to drive away. But when you have a couple Cup Series guys, then they're going to battle each other, and it'll make it a bit more interesting, actually. But here they come to get the restart. It'll be 14 to go in stage 2. Chastain on the outside, Kyle Busch on the inside. Can Chastain get another good launch on this restart? Kyle Busch, though, is the control car this time. And then you have Ankrum and Bowman on row 2, Majeski and Friesen on row 3. Here they come to the Geico restart zone. The green flag's in the air at Sonoma. Kyle Busch with a pretty good jump there, but the 41 still on his quarter panel as they go through turn 1. Now the 51's going to be able to clear him, but the 16's now on the bumper of the 41. Oh, Ankrum, is he going to be able to get the outside of Chastain? No, not quite. Meanwhile, Majeski and Bowman are side by side for 4th place. Ankrum with a solid restart. He's picked up 1 spot. Now he's up onto the podium. But it's Kyle Busch now out front as they dive down into turn 4. And through the chute they go. Kligerman and Rhodes side by side back in the pack. And here they come towards turn 7. This has been, and we see Stuart Friesen with the lockup. He's able to corral that one, though. Oh, man, that was almost deja vu. Friesen went around in turn 7 before today. This time he's able to not go around, and he's able to save that car. But Friesen's now in 6th place. Behind him, though, he's got the 99, 75, and 19 all over him. And as they approach turn 11, another big braking zone and passing zone. Guys are making moves all over the place. Then, and there's some bumping and banging. But that's going to happen just about any time you go through that turn 11 part of the track. Everybody fighting for every inch of real estate. And Rhodes and Friesen side by side as they go up the hill. And Rhodes is not going to be able to get by the 52 there. And the 52 is going to hold on to 6th spot. But the 99 looking for a crossover. Not going to happen. And now they go down the hill towards turn 4. And they're not going to find a move there, but the 75 all over the bumper of the 99 as they approach turn 7. Is he going to be able to make a move to the inside? Kligerman thinks about it, but it's not there. And Friesen with another lock up there in turn 7. He's got to be worrying about flat spotting one of those tires now. Matty D picking up a couple more spots on this restart. He's about to crack the top 20 after that penalty. And yeah, Eckes is out of this race. He's the next retirement. Joining Parsons in the garage. But yeah, now Kraus holds on to the last spot in the top 10. Chandler Smith, though, who's kind of struggled so far today, he's looking to get in the top 10 and pick up a couple stage points. He's in the battle for that regular season points lead and trying to take that regular season championship. Meanwhile, Suarez is back on the lead lap. He's only worked his way up from 33rd to 30th. But meanwhile, Kyle Busch, that gap from first to second, just under a second. But then Ankrum's still holding his own in third. He's only about 2 seconds back off the top 2. And Bowman another half second back off Ankrum. But then 7th through 12th place are all still running nose to tail. That's really some intense battling still. The battle for those last couple stage points is definitely still alive and well. Oh, somebody's smoking back in the pack. Or maybe that was a big lockup. Also, Deegan really struggling here. She was in 24th on the restart. She's dropped back to 29th. And Enfinger, after spinning under that last restart and dropping to the rear, he's up to 27th. And Matty D is going to get by Timmy Hill in turn 11, and he's up to 19. He's up to 18th. My bad. I'll check in on the chat here again real quick. Mark, the 99's inching forward. I know he's up to 7th place. He's slowly progressing through the field. One of the better road course racers, Ben Rhodes. That's why I put him in that poll for the top 4. Yeah, Matty D coming off his best finish of the season in 6th place. And so far, he picked up stage points in stage 1. And he may have a shot at doing it again here in stage 2. Even though he had that penalty, he's running in 18th position right now. With 12 to go, he could definitely pick up a couple more spots. Kyle Busch, though, continuing to grow that lead over Chastain. Kyle Busch, I think he's got this stage win in the bag. Now that truck's got clean air on the nose, I think he's just going to be able to check out. Your top 10 still the same. Also, Suarez, he's gotten back on the lead lap, but he's really not making up much track position. I think they didn't pit, though. I think they're still on that same set of old tires, so I think that might be why. They're on older tires than everybody else, because he should be competitive in that truck. That would be my guess. But the real storyline here is going to be at the end of the stage. If we go caution-free to the end of the stage, who's going to pit and, sacrifice stage points, and who's not going to pit and keep the stage points? Because, the top 2 stage points don't mean a thing to them, Kyle Busch and Chastain, as well as Bowman in 4th. So that should cycle Ankrum to the lead, and Ankrum theoretically would stay out. That would be my best guess. But under that last stage, we only saw a couple of guys stay out. We only saw 4 trucks, actually. It was the 51, 41, 7, and the 52. And I think we're going to see more trucks than that do it in stage 2. I think track position is just too valuable. Even though those maybe 2 or 3 stage points that'll be up for grabs, I think it's just more worth it to get the better starting position for the final stage. But now we're at 10 to go in stage 2. And Matty D is up to 17th. He's past Tanner Gray. And Derek Kraus and Chandler Smith battling for that 10th and final stage point right now. Or that's actually for 9th, my bad. Not the final stage point. But Chandler Smith has gotten by the 19. Now the 38 of Zane Smith is all over the bumper of Derek Kraus. Derek Kraus is smushed between two Smiths right now, and Chandler Smith went wide in turn 4. But Parker Kligerman makes a move to the inside of the 52 truck, and he's going to make that stick in turn 7. Kligerman's up to 6th place now. Behind them, Ben Rhodes will also be trying to get by the 52. Ben Rhodes, like we were saying, he's slowly inching his way forward. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Oh, and the 19's going to hit pit road. I'm not sure if Derek Kraus is an issue or not. This can't be a scheduled pit stop. It's way too early. He might have a tire going down from that damage he got. Well, like him and the 18 and 38 were battling pretty hard. He might have gotten some damage that cut down a tire. But that's definitely going to hurt his chances of a good run today, having an unscheduled pit stop here in the middle of stage 2. He should stay on the lead lap, unless they have a long pit stop or something, but that's definitely a tough one for Derek Kraus. That'll move Zane Smith up into 10th place. Now he's holding on to that final stage point. And currently the truck in 11th is John Hunter Nemechek. Also, Matty D continuing his moves forward. He's up to 16th, and he's only about 5-6 trucks behind that 10th truck, and that's about 5-6 seconds on track. So definitely still possible for him to get by him. Also, Matt Crafton around in turn 7. Once again, another issue in turn 7. Yeah, Crafton, his struggles are just continuing today. That truck has been not competitive at all. He's hardly run inside the top 20. And he's just going to... Oh, and that might have not been his own fault. Todd Bodine. Oh, Matt Crafton just got the horn from the 62 truck of Todd Bodine there in turn 7. Oh, yeah, and the 62 totally locked up the right front as he dove it into the inside of the 88 in turn 7. And that just sent Crafton spinning. Crafton's not going to be happy about that one, but yeah, today's just been a sucky day for Crafton, and it's going to continue to suck. He was running in about 18th spot when that happened. Also, Rhodes is going to make a move to the inside of Friesen in turn 7. That's not going to stick, and now the 18 is on the outside of Rhodes as they enter turn 7. Oh, and Friesen, though, with the lockup. This battle for 7th through 10th place is really heating up between Friesen and Rhodes. It's Zane and Chandler Smith. Yeah, Stuart Friesen, though, if he keeps locking up, he might have a tire go down. I mean, he is locking up hard, and if he doesn't have a tire go down, that car's just going to become harder and harder to handle, and he'll just make more and more mistakes. But Rhodes, I think, definitely is faster than the 52 right now, and he'll be looking to get by him here soon. He might be able to go and chase down the 75 truck, which is ahead of him. And now the 99 turns to the inside off turn 11. He's trying to get that run on the outside of the 52 truck down the front straightaway. The 99 with the advantage at the stripe as they go up the hill. The 99 is going to be able to clear Friesen, and Rhodes continues his run forward. He's up to 7th place. Now he'll set his eyes on Parker Kligerman. Also, Tyler Ankrum is really surprising today as the underdog. He's up in 3rd place right now, and he's looking to get by Chastain for 2nd with 7 to go in the stage. Tyler Ankrum, though, man, this has got to be hard because he's 50 points below the cutoff line. So he could definitely maybe pick up points and close up that battle for the cutoff line. But that truck is so competitive that I think it may be worth it to pit with these leaders and sacrifice the stage points, but have the track position in the final stage. I don't know. No, I think the six, he's got to stay out. He's got to take that stage win when the 41 and the 51 pit. But yeah, Tyler Ankrum having a great run today out of nowhere. I do not think of a road course ringer in Tyler Ankrum, but he's running really solid today. Probably the best Truck Series regular so far. Yeah, Ankrum all over the bumper of the 41 as they go towards turn 3. And it looks like the 41's going to give him that spot. Ankrum up to second place. Chastain back to third. With 6 to go in the stage. Now the 7 truck will also be looking to get by Chastain. I think Chastain, he's a strong truck. He's probably a top 5 truck, maybe a top 10 truck. But now that he doesn't have the clean air like he had in stage 1, he's definitely not near as fast as the other trucks in the top 5. That's my guess. But yeah, the 34, the Derek Kraus, who had to make that unscheduled pit stop, could be in danger of going a lap down to Kyle Busch before the end of the stage. But Kyle Busch should pit, which would give him some breathing room. But he's definitely not. He's within about 10 seconds of going a lap down. So if he loses about 2 seconds a lap before the end of the stage, he might lose a lap here, which he definitely doesn't want to have happen. Also, Stuart Friesen's lost some more spots. Zane Smith has gotten by him, and now Nemechek is trying to get by him. That's the battle for 9th place in the stage. A lot of the Truck Series regulars are slowly moving their way forward. You got like Rhodes, Smith, and Nemechek slowly working their way into this top 10. But yeah, Stewart really fading as the run goes on. And now as they enter turn 4, the 52 pops that inside curb pretty hard, but the 4 also slides up the track, almost tags that barrier. And the 4 is going to make the move to the inside in turn 7. And he's to the inside of the 52. Now it looks like they're going to be side by side as they enter the S's. It's Friesen versus Nemechek. And Friesen's just going to stay clear of the 4. That was a really tight zone there. We saw earlier in the race, somebody clear themselves off the nose of the 4 truck. I was worried it was going to happen again with the 52. That time, though, they stay clean. Now the 18 all over the bumper of the 4. Oh, and the 18 gives a bit of a shot to the 4 in turn 11. Tries to get underneath him. Got him a bit swirly, but that's just going to allow the 52 truck to kind of drive away from both of them a bit, give him some breathing room. Also, Matt DiBenedetto's up to 15th place. Trying to get by Howard for 14th. He's probably just going to come up just short of stage points here in stage 2, but that 25 truck's definitely strong. But he may end up getting stage points if some of the leaders do pit before the end of the stage. Oh, and what a crossover by the 18 as they enter turn 4 and go into the chute. And Chandler Smith pulls off an excellent crossover on Nemechek, and he's up to 10th. He's up to 10th place. And now Chandler Smith will set his eyes on the 52 of Friesen. And now, like I was mentioning, Bowman catching up to the bumper of Chastain. Now that Chastain's lost that clean air, he's just not as quick as these other leaders. And he's dropped back to 3rd place. And Bowman's going to make a move in the inside of turns 11. Off turn 11, and Bowman is going to have the slight advantage as they come towards the stripe. That 41 is just sideways as he puts the gas down. And Bowman's up to 3rd, Chastain back to 4th. 3 to go in the stage. And yep, we're seeing Zane Smith, Stuart Friesen, John Nemechek, Howard, Matty D, Allen, a lot more guys pitting this time. In stage 1, there weren't as many guys who pitted, but this time, everybody's hitting pit road with 3 to go in the stage. And next time, I assume we're going to see guys like Busch, Ankrum, and Bowman, and or not Ankrum, but Busch, Bowman, Chastain, and all come hit pit road. But yeah, almost everybody's hitting pit road here. At least 10 trucks, including Grant Infinger. So Infinger, he decided to not stay out and to try to go for some stage points, even with all these trucks in front of him. So definitely Ankrum is going to stay out here and collect this stage win, or at least second place in the stage, and pick up those stage points on the cutoff line. And Kyle Busch will pit from the lead. That's not a surprise there. And Ankrum's going to pit as well. He's going to cover that strategy from all the guys behind him. And because so many guys are pitting, he will probably still pick up stage points. Yeah, everybody in the top 6 pitting. Anybody else going to be able to pit before pit road closes? Rhodes would be the next truck. It doesn't look like he's going to pit. So it looks like this should cycle to Ben Rhodes. So Ben Rhodes should pick up the stage win here, and then Chandler Smith, as well as Chase Purdy, will get some stage points. Yeah, Casgarala as well. He'll pick up some owner points at least. Then Austin Dillon, Suarez, Hill. We'll see once this all cycles through. But yeah, now that's 2 to go in the stage, and it's Rhodes by 3 seconds over Chandler Smith in second place. Once all those pit stops cycle through, then it's Purdy, Garala, Dillon, Suarez, Hill, Thompson, Deegan, and Kyle Busch, your top 10. And Rhodes just has to cruise to this stage 2 victory. Rhodes, one of the more dominant road course racers in the truck series. He was slowly worked his way forward, and now he's looking at getting this stage win here. But yeah, now it's Todd Bodine who's holding on to the last potential stage point here in stage 2. Just checking in on the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. So the majority of you guys in the poll saying Bowman's going to win. I don't know about that one, guys. He's still got to go through Kyle Busch and Chastain, which he just doesn't seem to have the same pace of at least Kyle Busch. But also that 16 truck of Ankrum, they were strong, but on pit road, they were not strong. He dropped 4 spots on pit road. He came in pit road on the bumper of Kyle Busch, but he came out behind Chastain, Bowman, and Wright. Yeah, Rhodes is just going to cruise to this stage 2 victory. Still holding on to about a 2.5 second lead over Chandler Smith, but Chase Purdy will pick up some important stage points here and help his shot at maybe pointing his way into the playoffs. And Haley Deegan will get as well stage points in both stage 1 and stage 2. Solid runs for her in the opening stages. And Ben Rhodes will win stage 1 over Chandler Smith, Purdy, Garala, Suarez, who after filling in for Carson Hocevar with his broken foot, is going to come home 5th in stage 2 after being 2 laps down after the driver swap. And then it's Dillon, Hill, Thompson, Deegan, and Bodine, your top 10. Also, we've gotten another new subscriber, guys, so I appreciate it. And with that, guys, the end of stage 1, now that I have kind of an opportunity to breathe a bit, I'm going to try and eat some of my Chipotle dinner here for you guys. Last weekend, it was hot dogs. This weekend, it's a burrito from Chipotle. A man's got to eat. Am I There we got the audio. Oh, Cody, you had bacon and rice for dinner? Sounds interesting. Sounds delicious. You guys want to hear some deliciousness? Listen to this. Mmm. Wait, testing 1, 2. I think the sound's back on. Sorry, guys. Delicious. Hammer, you're eating M&Ms right now. Was that in honor of Kyle Busch being out front? Oh, Eric, we got the bots. The bots are back. Who won stage 2? I just said Ben Rhodes won stage 2 over Chandler Smith and Chase Purdy. But that was after just about, I'd say at least half the trucks in the top 10 pitted there before the end of the stage so they could cycle back to the front after the stage break and set themselves up better for the final stage. Oh, boy. This burrito's already starting to come apart on me. Okay, that's kind of spicy. Woo. Woo. That was spicy. Eric, I'll look at your comment. It good now? Yeah, no sound. Appreciate everybody tuning in though so far. Man, my mouth is like on fire. Oh boy. Ankrum though with the penalty on pit road. That is crucial. I was just mentioning how great a run Tyler Ankrum was having. His best run of the season, maybe the best run of his career so far. And a penalty on pit road is going to set them back big time. He's just going to be fighting for a top 10 at this point. But we did see a strong truck in the last stage with Matty D get a penalty. That 25 truck went to the rear and was able to work his way back up to about 13th position before they decided to pit. So he was able to pick up quite a few spots. So maybe, I definitely say maybe the 16 has an outside shot at still getting back into this battle for the win. We'll have to see, though. There's definitely a chance that he'll get caught up in some drama in the mid-pack. Wow, this is quite the mess, guys. Sonoma. Whoa, this is hot. Woo! Woo! Yeah, still, this has been a pretty tame race so far. Only 2 trucks out in this race. Only 1 caution for incident so far. But I think everything's going to pick up here in the final stage. Probably going to see a couple more bump and runs. Yeah, I'm literally having to eat this burrito with a fork because it basically exploded upon me opening it. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still delicious. Chef's kiss. This final stage is going to be 30 laps, so we'll get restarted with probably about 27 or 26 to go. These guys can make it to the end without having to pit. But if we were to get a late caution, you may see some guys come in and pit for tires, fresh tires. Fresh tires definitely make a difference. Malachi, how you doing? I think if Kyle Busch gets a lead on this initial jump, if he gets the good jump on this restart and we don't get another caution for the final stage, I think he's got this thing in the bag. There's nobody who can compete with him on the long green flag run, at least so far. I thought Tyler Anker may have something for him, but now that he's got the penalty and has to come from the back, yeah, I think this is his race to lose right now. But if he loses the lead on this restart, then it might be a different ballgame. Whew. It's the beans, the rice, the cheese, the salsa. Just, I'm having to eat this burrito with a fork, but it's still smacking. So far, though, the two dominant trucks have been the 51 and the 41, but now the 51's got that track position, and track positions are key. And the track position is key. Yeah, now Matty D has recycled back into the top 10 after that penalty, and he was on quite the charge on that last run in stage 2, so I'm interested to see if he's able to work his way up into the top 5 possibly. Ooh. But I do have to say the Truck Series needs to return to Canadian Tire. I mean, that track provided so much good racing in this series. Okay, so we're about to get the green flag with 25 to go in stage 3. This is the final stage, the final run to the finish. It's Kyle Busch versus Chastain on this restart like it's been all day. This time it's Kyle Busch on the inside, Chastain on the outside. That inside line's the preferred line. Kyle Busch will be the control car on this restart. Then in row 2, you've got Alex Bowman and Ty Majeski. Here they come through the Geico restart zone. In the 51, once again with a great jump. And he's already clear Chastain as they go up the hill. And yeah, now Kyle Busch is already checked out by 2 car lanes as they go towards turn 3. But Majeski with a great move to the outside of Bowman. He's up to 3rd place, and he's looking to get by Chastain for 2nd as they go up the hill. Now down the hill towards turn 4. Majeski's going to poke his nose out. He's looking for 2nd. He's going to back out of it. But Kligerman to the inside of Friesen for 5th place. That's going to stick. Now here they come towards turn 7. This is where all the action's been happening today, where you get on the brakes hard and try and make it happen. They're going to get through it pretty smooth so far. Some dust getting kicked up back in the pack, but everybody's going to get through it cleanly. Now here they come down the back straightaway through the S's down the hill. Oh, and the 4 kind of misses the apex on that one turn. The 38 of Zane Smith, and now it's an opportunity. Now here they come through turn 10. Zane Smith's going to ride the curbs. He's going to be looking to make a move on the inside of Nemechek as they go through turns 11. As they dive into the hairpin, the 4 locks up. This 38 to the inside of the 4 truck, but the 4 closes the door off corner exit. Not going to happen that time. Harrison Burton, though, has rebounded after having the hood up at one point on pit road, dropping to the rear of the field. He's up to 11th place. That's a solid run for him. Whoa, and now they're really battling back in the pack. Ben Rhodes, though, who won that stage, he got dropped back. He's in 17th right now, so he's got to make his way through a lot of trucks to get back in the fight for this win. Now here they come down the hill. He's going to look to make a move and poke out that nose to the inside, possibly. But Kyle Busch hasn't quite checked down on Chastain like the last run. And that gap's still under half a second. But they're both pulling away from Ty Majeski and Bowman, who are in 3rd and 4th. Whoa, the 45 just slams the door shut on the 99. Right now, your top 10 are Busch, Chastain, Majeski, Bowman, Kligerman, Friesen, Nemechek's now getting passed by Zane Smith. So it's Zane Smith now up to 7th, and Nemechek 8th, Matty D in 9th, and then Harrison Burton in 10th place. Harrison Burton continuing his charge forward right now. Yeah, Kyle Busch, though, is not driven away from Chastain like I thought he would on this run. I mean, he's still clear of him by a couple of car lengths, but Chastain's still right there on the bumper of that 51, more or less. Oh, and here they come through the chute. Whoa, the 41 was a bit wide there. Now the 38 of Smith looked for a move on the 52 there as they looked for onto turn 7. Wasn't there. But that 38 truck starting to come to life here in this final stage. Oh, and that's a lockup by the one of Haley Deegan back in the back as they entered turn 7. And now the 66 truck under pressure from the 7 as they go through turn 11. Yeah, still your top 10 still staying pretty bunched together on this restart so far, more so than the earlier restarts. Kyle Busch just hasn't quite checked down on this run. But this time up the hill and through turns 2 and 3, Kyle Busch gained about a couple tenths of a second on the rest of the pack there. So that seems to be where that 51 truck is strong. And they're racing side by side up the hill, back in the pack. The 61 and the 30 are banging doors. Down the hill through turn 4. Deegan also in that battle. Also, Tyler Ankrum, who had to drop to the rear, has only worked his way up to 26th place, and he is right in the beehive of where everything's going on. And every time they go through turn 7, there's at least 1 or 2 trucks that just lock it up big time. Kyle Busch still holding on to that steady lead of about 8 or 9 tenths over Chastain. And this is kind of what we saw in that restart in stage 2. Is Chastain kind of stayed close to that 51 truck, but slowly lost maybe a tenth or 2 each lap and just dropped farther and farther back. And Kyle Busch was able to just check out. And so that's what we're kind of starting to see develop here in the final stage. But a caution could definitely change up everything. But definitely some solid runs by Ty Majeski, who spent the whole race more or less in the top 5. Parker Kligerman with a great run in the top 5. Matt DiBenedetto having a solid run in the top 10. Colby Howard has a solid run in the top 15 right now. Lawless Allen with a nice run currently in the top 20, as well as Jack Wood. Also, Timmy Hill had a long pit stop, or they had the hood up on that car at the end of stage 2, he lost 3 laps to the field, so he's going to need some cautions to get back on the lead lap. Luckily, he's the only car that's down a lap, so he would be the free pass no matter what. What place is the one truck in? The number 1 truck is in 23rd right now. So yeah, Deegan kind of struggling here. She was solid in stage 1, but it's just slowly faded throughout the day. Also, Matt DiBenedetto has gotten around John Nemechek. That's moved him up to 8th place. He'll be looking to get by Stuart Friesen next. But your top 5 still separated by less than about 3.5 seconds. So still close up front. Last lap by, the fastest lap in the top 5 was Kyle Busch. So yeah, right now, the fastest lap on the day does belong to Ross Chastain. So looks like Chastain is better than Kyle Busch on the short run, but as the run goes on, Kyle Busch starts to become that dominant truck. I'm going to try and eat some more of this burrito real quick since we're under commercial. Delicious. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Could we get up to 15 likes? I would appreciate it. Also, guys, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing. On the road to 1,700 subscribers. Also, guys, we'll be live tomorrow for the Cup Series race at Sonoma. But we'll also be live for the Formula 1 race at Baku in the morning. Waking up early for that one. But still, last time by, the fastest lap on the racetrack once again was Kyle Busch, and he gained another 4/10 on the field. So the run just goes on. He's just going to slowly check out. That's how I see it. But Ty Majeski was faster than Kyle Busch was faster than Ross Chastain last time by, so he might be able to get by Chastain and maybe try and chase down the leader, Kyle Busch. Also, Matt Crafton's struggles continue as now he's on pit road, and they had that thing jacked up, and it looks like he may be done for the day. He's taking the gloves off, and they're pushing it to the garage. So Matt Crafton will head to the garage, and he'll join the 98 truck of Eckes and the 46 of Stephen Parsons, only the 3rd retirement of the day. But he's had multiple issues today and has just been off the pace. Oh, and Todd Bodine goes spinning off the nose of the 40 as they went up the hill through turns 3. They're already outside the top 20, but Todd Bodine really been struggling today. And his other couple one-off Truck Series starts, he's been running more so in the top 15, but today he's hardly cracked the top 20. But Otto Ankrum, after getting that penalty, has only recovered to 20th place. So, I mean, he may have a shot at a top 10 before this thing's over, but he's definitely looking for a caution. Yeah, last time by, though, Chastain ran faster than Kyle Busch, and so did Majeski. So maybe this battle for the lead's not quite over yet. And so did Bowman in 4th. But overall, your I'd say top 6 or so running just about even lap times every lap. But this time by, Kyle Busch is going to run quite a bit faster than Chastain. But actually, last time by, it looks like Bowman may have ran the fastest lap on the track. Yeah, Chastain just kind of been stuck in 2nd place now. Ever since he lost that lead to Kyle Busch, He's just been stuck in the rearview mirror of Kyle Busch. But it looks like the 66 and the 7 are faster than the 41. We kind of saw that on the last long run. And I think we're going to see it again here where these two trucks are able to get by the 41 at Chastain. But still, Kyle Busch is just, I mean, he may lose a 10th here and there, but he gains half a second when he doesn't lose a 10th. Also, we got some chips, guys. Also, Austin Dillon has had to make an unscheduled pit stop. He's lost a lap. Not quite sure why that happened. Maybe they had some sort of tire going down or something, but he had a decent run going today in that equipment. He picked up some stage points for that team. But, yeah, that's going to definitely hurt their chances of having a decent result today. Now, this time by at the stripe with 16 to go. It looks like the gap from the leaders was, so Kyle Busch that time by ran the fastest lap on the racetrack, but by just the slightest of margins over anybody else in the top 5. I mean, like I'm saying, they're just giving and taking a 10th of a second, all these guys near the front. But Matt DiBenedetto is catching up to the bumper of Stuart Friesen, and that battle for 7th place is going to be heating up here. Also, Tyler Ankrum has worked his way up to 17th place. So he's also continuing that charge through the field similar to Matt DiBenedetto. And I think he actually does have a shot at getting in the top 10 before this thing's over. Maybe if we don't even get a caution. Now, Bowman's going to make a move to the inside of the 66 in turn 11, and the 66 is going to go really deep. And that's going to put Bowman up to 3rd place. Now, Bowman's up to 3rd with 16 to go. Could Bowman make this battle between him and Kyle Busch heat up? Last time by, Bowman ran the fastest lap on the racetrack. I don't know. Maybe Bowman's got something for Kyle Busch. Could we see Coda once again? Man, these chips are salty, but it's addicting, and I love it. And Matty D all over the bumper of the 52 as they dive down towards turn 4. Open the 25 with a slight lockup. The 18 also right on the bumper of the 25 as this battle's really heating up for 7th through 9th place. Oh, and the 25 with another lockup in turn 7. He's going to get the bumper from the 18 there just a bit. And the 25 is just looking for any opportunity by the 52 right now. The 52 definitely holding up these couple of trucks behind him. Also, Suarez really recovering well. He's up to 13th place. He might have a shot at a top 10 before this thing's over. Oh, and the 25 is going to give a bump to the 52. Oh! And he's going to take some tires with him. And, I mean, the 52 just closed the door on the 25 there. But, I mean, the 25 had such a run to the inside of the 52. I mean, that's the second time Friesen's around today. Luckily, this time he's not going to lose as much track position, but he's dropped back to 11th place. And Matty D also lost a couple spots. He's back to 10th. Friesen's not going to be happy about that one. But now Matty D is going to have to try and regroup and make up some of the spots that he just lost. But as they entered turn 11, the 25 just came in hot on the bumper of the 52. I mean, Matty D had been trying to get by the 52 for at least 4 or 5 laps now, and he was just going to send him no matter what. But the 52 locked up the brakes so hard that they just both went spinning and took some tires with them. But with those tires put out on the racetrack, will that bring out a caution? Because those are kind of out of their spot and they're in the racing group. And now there is a caution, and I believe it's got to be for those tires. If you guys don't know, in turn 11, the way it's set up on the inside, they have a couple different like tire stacks set up to kind of mark the inside line of that turn 11 and make sure you don't go past that line. And the 25 just took some tires out and moved them into the racing groove, and that brought out the caution. And pit road not open this time, though you might, I don't know. I just don't see, I would not take tires if I'm running inside the top 10 right now. It's just not worth it. You've only put about, you've put about 10 green flag laps on these tires. I don't know. I think fresh tires are definitely better than the used tires, but track position is just so valuable. Eating up some more of this burrito. So pit road should be open this time with 14 to go. And like, okay, it looks like they're going to be pitting the 42. I mean, the 41. And maybe the 42, but we'll have to see here. It's just fresh tires are definitely going to give you an advantage, but track position is just so valuable. Also, the free pass will go to Austin Dillon, who's in 32nd. That'll put 32 cars back on the lead lap. Also, I'm not sure. Matty D may get a penalty for knocking those tires out of the way. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, we'll check in on the chat here real quick. Hammer, you want Kyle Busch to win today as an early birthday gift to yourself? Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Could we get up to 15 likes, maybe even 20 likes? Also, everybody's hitting pit road. Wow. Okay, one truck stays out. Two trucks stay out. But I think that one truck that stayed out might have been the free pass car. So, of course, he was going to stay out. Yeah. It looks like 2 or 3 trucks maybe stayed out on track there. Okay, they're about to get eaten alive on this restart, but everybody's pitting for tires here. Who's going to win the race off pit road? You'd have to imagine Kyle Busch has got this locked up, but then after that. Also, anybody going to maybe do 2 tires? And also, everybody using their last set of fresh tires. So, this is going to be their last opportunity to pit. If they pit again, they're going to be putting on scuffs. And Kyle Busch will win the race off pit road. Then Chastain in second. Majeski picks up a spot in third. Bowman loses a spot. And Smith and Nemechek each pick up 2. Zane Smith loses 1. And Suarez picks up 4. Then Burton and Benedetto round out your top 10. Okay, it looks like 3 trucks stayed out. Rhodes, Kraus. I think that's maybe Purdy. And I can't tell you that. And Timmy Hill, but Timmy Hill's a lapped car. So only 3 trucks stayed out on fresh tires. Now, Ben Rhodes has a strong truck. So that might be able to work out for him. But I think they're definitely anticipating more trucks would stay out behind him. But Rhodes has already got that win. He doesn't, I mean, there's no, I mean, this is a risk that's worth taking for them. But these guys on old tires, they're not going to launch near as good as the guys on fresh tires. So this restart is just going to be total chaos. I think we're going to see at least one or two of these guys who decide to stay out on old tires go spinning on this restart in either maybe turn 4 or turn 7. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to eat this stinking burrito, and it keeps falling apart. Appreciate everybody tuning in on this fine Saturday evening. Hammer, you're saying Ben Rhodes will win. I don't think Ben Rhodes is winning this race. So basically, yeah, if you guys look at the leaderboard on the screen, your top 3 stayed out on old tires. Those guys have about 10 laps on their tires. Then everybody else behind them pitted for 4 fresh good years. Yeah, those guys who stayed out are not going to make it to the finish. Maybe if it was going to be a 2 to go, then maybe they'd be able to hold their ground for a bit. But with 12 laps left, probably 10 laps left when we get restarted, oh, they're just going to get overwhelmed by the guys on fresh tires. But guys, if you enjoy what you're seeing, drop a like and hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to 1,700 subscribers. But yeah, so we're gonna get restarted probably in about a lap or 2. Well, the thing about these road courses, man, these caution laps feel like an eternity, especially at Road America. Eric, I don't even know what you're saying. I mean, not Eric, Hammer. I don't even know what you're saying. Also, Hammer, if you keep spamming the chat, I might just have to put you in a timeout here. Man, this is the longest commercial break ever, guys. Okay, here, wait. So now Tyler Ankrum, the stronger trucks, he'll get restarted here in 14th with fresh tires behind Matt DiBenedetto. So, I don't know. I think they have 4 fresh tires, so they may have taken 2. If they took 2, that's kind of risky. But if they took 4, then I think they definitely have a shot at maybe getting up there into the top 5, mixing it up with the leaders, depending on how this restart goes. Okay, but the lights are out on the pace truck, and it's Ben Rhodes on the inside, Derek Kraus on the outside. Those guys are on old tires. The first car on fresh tires is Kyle Busch, the second car on the inside. What's going to happen on this restart? 11 to go from Sonoma. And Ben Rhodes with a good restart. He's going to be able to clear Derek Kraus as they go up the hill, but Kraus and Busch are still side by side as they go up the hill. And so far, those old tires holding on okay. Now as they go up the hill through turn 2. Oh, Chastain shoves, I'm not even sure who that is, Nemechek up off the track, it looks like. But Kyle Busch all over the bumper of the 99, but the 19 is still to the inside of the 51, so Kyle Busch is not quite clear for second. Yes, yet now he will clear him, though, as they go down the hill. Chastain off the track, kicking up dirt a bit, but he holds his track position. Through the chute they go. The 99 just holds his track position over the 51. Now here they go into turn 7. Oh, and the 99 is going to lock it up big time. Oh, but the 19 goes spinning off the nose of the 18, and it's chaos back in the pack. But now it's Kyle Busch through to the lead, and then it's Rhodes, Majeski, your top 3. The green flag's going to stay out, and the 19's going to get refired. Tough luck for Derek Kraus. But once again, staying out on old tires just did not seem like the move, and it didn't work there. But now the 66 of Majeski going to go to the inside of his teammate Rhodes for second place. through turn 11. Is he going to be able to make that move happen? He's still on the corner panel of him as they come towards the line. The 99 is going to hold on to that spot, but Majeski has to make quick work of the 99 if he wants to try and battle with Kyle Busch for this win. Meanwhile, Chastain did not have a great restart, and he's still back in 8th place, battling with Chase Purdy. Oh, man, that spicy sauce is really kicking in right now. Ooh. Oh, and somebody's off the track, and that's the one of Hailie Deegan. And that will bring out the yellow, and that rear bumper is gone from that truck. I think that's in like kind of the turn 1 runoff area. It looks like she got help. Maybe she got turned off the left front of somebody. She just got damage on the right rear. Here they came through turn 1. Oh, and she just lost it. Man, she must have, that thing just went wide into the wall. She was having a decent run today, but that's going to end this. Today's going to end early for her, and her terrible season, frankly, continues. Well, now she's got the thing refired, but that thing's killed. There's no point in her going back out on track because without the rear bumper, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to run the truck. So I don't really understand the point in her running this lap, but it's whatever. The free pass will go to Timmy Hill. He'll move to 2 laps down. Yeah, now Kyle Busch out front. Ben Rhodes in 2nd place, but on old tires. Then Ty Majeski in 3rd. Chandler Smith and Zane Smith, your top 5. Then Nemechek in 6th. Purdy on the old tires in 7th. My guess is that Chase Purdy, or well, he'll probably stay out, but Derek Kraus will definitely pit here. He was on the old tires, and he spun on that last restart in turn 7. He'll definitely pit here, though. But anyways, yeah, it's Kyle Busch, Rhodes, Majeski, Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, Nemechek, Purdy, Chastain, Hocevar, Burton, your top 10. Then DiBenedetto, Kligerman, Enfinger, Howard, Ankrum, your top 15. Then Garala, Wood, Gray, Perkins, or Gray, Thompson, Wright, your top 20. Then Perkins, Allen, Bilicki, Bowman in 24th. What happened? Well, Bowman's in 24th. And then you have Dylan, Boyd, Bodine, Friesen, your top 28. And then, Perez, Kraus, a couple others. We'll get restarted. My guess is about 7 to go or 6 to go. Good job, Eric. Yeah, Mark Haley is more hype than results. Yeah, that's definitely how it seems this year. Whew. Slowly but surely, we're devouring this burrito. Oh, boy. Okay, so pit road's open. Okay, I don't see anybody pitting. Chase Purdy, maybe will pit. No, he's not. Okay. Then nobody else is pitting inside the top 20. Yeah, so Deegan just brought out the caution after going wide in that kind of like that turn 1 kink and just tagged the wall pretty hard. And her day's going to be done. And she'll join the 88, 98, and 46 in the garage. Yeah, this race hasn't had much attrition. So maybe we'll still see another big one before this one's over. Kyle was still with the track position. I don't know. I think Ty Majeski may have something for him in third place, but he's going to need a blinding restart to get by him. But yeah, your top 10. Well, Daniel Suarez has rebounded. He's back into the top 10. That's a really solid run for him. You know, Carson Hocevar is liking to see that. Yeah, Matty D after that penalty, he's up to 11th, and Ankrum after that, his penalty is up to 15th. So those guys still have shots again in the top 10. Your Grant Enfinger after spinning earlier in the race, that's also a pretty good rebound job. He is currently the first car in on the playoff cutoff line, so he needs good results. He can't afford to lose points. But Kyle Busch, this is his final start of the Truck Series season, and he has not won a race yet this year. And if he does not win this race, this will be the first time he's gone winless in the Truck Series in 10 years. But I don't know. I think he might have this one locked up, but a lot of chaos can still happen. I thought he had it locked up at Coda, and then we all know what happened there. Appreciate everyone watching, guys. Could we get up to 20 likes? I would appreciate it. We got like 30 people watching. Could we get 20 likes? Also, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing. Also, subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. Okay, here they come to the restart. It's going to be Kyle Busch on the inside, Rhodes on the outside, then Chandler Smith, the second car on the inside, with Ty Majeski to his outside. So Ty Majeski will be restarting on the less preferred lane, so that's definitely going to hurt his chances. But Chandler Smith is hungry for a win, but is he willing to maybe bump the boss man out of the way? Here they come through the Geico restart zone. Kyle Busch with a great restart, and this time the old tires on the 99 do not get going at all. This 66 changes lanes on him as they go up the hill. The 18's up to second, and the 66 is trying to clear the 99 for third, but the 99 slides up the track and doors the 66 a bit off turn 2. Now here they come towards turn 3. The 66 is up to third. Now the 38 and the 99 are side by side for fourth, but Ben Rhodes is just getting hounded by these guys on fresh tires. Oh, and he's off the track, and he's in the dirt down the hill. Ben Rhodes off the track, and this strategy is not working out for him. He's going to drop all the way to the rear here. Yeah, that thing is just, yeah, he's dropped all the way to the tail end of the field. But meanwhile, they're 3 wide in the middle of the pack through turn 7, fighting for every spot, but it's Kyle Busch, Chandler Smith, Ty Majeski, your top 3 as they pull away from the rest of the field. And then it's Zane Smith, Nemechek, Chastain, Suarez, Purdy, Kligerman, and Matty D, your top 10. With 7 to go at Sonoma. Chandler Smith finished second last week, and he was not happy about it. I don't know if he was willing to finish second again. And whoa, the 4 and the 75 go way deep. Or the 4 and the 41 go way deep in turn 11. But Chastain's going to get by Nemechek, or not quite. Or now he's going to clear. Nope, still not clear of him. Now they're going to be side by side up the hill. Oh, Nemechek's not going to be happy about that one. Chastain basically almost put him in the tire barrier. He's sending him so hard in turn 11. But Chandler Smith staying close to the bumper of the 51, but we saw Chastain do this on the last run. I don't know if he really has anything for him. But then you have Zane Smith in fourth. He won the last time we were on a road course. He's slowly inched his way forward today. If he can get by Ty Majeski, he'll be right in the fight. Now, Chastain has cleared Nemechek for 5th place, and now Nemechek under pressure from Kligerman, and now also Suarez going by. And there, the guy roars all the way through the pack in turn 7. That is just where the action continues to happen. Also, Jade Buford's pulled off the track, and he's in the garage. Oh, and the 66 off the track and in the dirt a bit on turn 10. And that's going to allow Zane Smith an opportunity to get by, but the 66 is looking to get by him in turn 11. It's not going to stick. Zane Smith is up to third. Now, can he catch up to the top two? He's about a second and a half back off Chandler Smith in second place. And they're now putting Ben Rhodes a lap down already. Those old tires did not work out for him at all. He's gotten quite a bit of damage. Oh, and the 30 truck. Oh, and they're piling up on the front straightaway. And that's going to bring out a caution. And oh, Friesen is on fire. That's in the same spot as Hailie Deegan's crash that brought out the last caution. And I think it's probably a very similar cause. It looked like the 30 truck maybe got sideways and popped the wall hard. And the 52 is also torn up. Now those cars are killed. Josh Bilicki was having a great run though today in that 30 truck. He was running up near the top 15 a lot of the day, and that thing is just completely demolished. The 52 also killed. It looked like quite a few other cars had damage. I think Bowman and Lawless Allen were also caught up in this one. Yeah, that was the big one at Sonoma. That 52 truck was fiery, and also those were some heavy hits right there. That wall from that turn 1 to turn 2 stretch, that is just concrete wall. There's no safer barrier there. And when those trucks hit those hits hurt. We've seen quite a few guys walk away pretty shaken from hits from crashes in that part of the track. Luckily, though, both of those drivers out of their trucks, walking around. Now, this will probably take us to NASCAR overtime with this caution coming out with 5 to go. How you guys doing? Hey, Arrington. Hello, Floyd. Oh, and they've got the fire extinguishers out on that 52. That truck's still trying to catch on fire, it looks like. But now we're going to get another crazy restart here at Sonoma. Mark, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari, 4th straight pole in F1. Need to convert to a win. Yep, that's definitely true. But yeah, this will give Ben Rhodes the free pass. And he'll definitely hit pit road as well as Chase Purdy. Probably. Yeah, the 7 truck has got quite a bit of right front damage. That crash happened right in front of him. He had nowhere to go. He should be able to continue in this race, but I mean, he was already kind of back in the pack anyways. He's not going to be getting a good result today, but we're going to adjust the poll now. The majority of you guys voted Alex Bowman to win, and that's not going to happen anymore. But we'll end the poll, and now we'll put up a new one. Who do you think is going to win at Sonoma? We'll put Kyle Busch as one, obviously. And then we'll get Chandler Smith. Mark, you're saying Kyle Busch. Okay, now looking at over. Oh, so it looks like the 30 maybe cleared himself off the nose of the 52, and then he hit the wall pretty hard. And the 50s, the 7 and the 45 just had nowhere to go. I don't really know where the 52 got all of his damage from, though. Maybe he's like kind of went into the wall to avoid. Yeah. No, the 30 cleans himself off the nose of the 52, and the 52 maybe broke something when that happened because he just went straight into that wall. And yeah, that thing that was a lick. Oh, here we got this 30 the 30 that's just a lick right there over the 30. And then, yeah, the 52 just kind of got crowded into the outside wall anyways because he was already committed to trying to go around the spinning 30 on the outside. Yeah, the 45 and the 7 also piled into that one. If you're going hammer, you're thinking Rhodes is going to win? I don't think that's pretty bold. But now we're back to similar things that happened in COTA. The red flag's now out, actually. A red flag out at Sonoma. Well, last time there was an overtime finish on a road course. Kyle Busch was out front, and he got shoved out of the way for the win. So Kyle Busch, Chandler Smith, and we'll say Ty Majeski. We'll put Ty Majeski, and then we'll put Zane Smith. Zane Smith has slowly closed in on these leaders as the day's gone on, so I think he's definitely got a shot at it if he gets a good restart. And this is going to give us a restart with probably 2 to go, and we still may see another. We'll probably see another restart, would be my guess after this one, because I think this craziness is just going to continue. Appreciate everybody watching right now. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Majority of you guys in the chat saying it's either going to be Chandler Smith or Kyle Busch. So Zane Smith will restart on the inside at row 2. Ty Majeski will restart on the outside, it looks like. And that inside line is just so much stronger than the outside on the restart. That'll definitely be something to keep in mind tomorrow. Sure, Eric, hit me with it. Floyd Kyle Busch to the SARCR 10 car next year. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's just going to stay in the 18 next year. Floyd, you still won't cheer for him? Mark, Kyle Busch is the master of the restart. Well, here, I mean, he's got the preferred lane, and if you have the preferred lane here, I mean, there's almost nothing the outside lane can do against you. You have to be more worried about the guy behind you trying to take you 3 wide. But the red flag is out. So the attrition's starting to pick up here late in this race. Then you have Kyle Busch, Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, Majeski, Chastain, Kligerman, Hocevar, Matty D, Nemechek, Burton, your top 10. Then it's Ankrum, Purdy, Enfinger, Gralla, Gray, Howard, Wood, Dillon, Thompson, Perkins, your top 20. Then Bodine, Allen, Bowman, Wright, Perez, and Boyd, your top 26. Then you have Bilicki and Friesen, who are both out of this race. And they join Deegan, Buford, Crafton, Eckes, and Parsons in the garage. Also, Daniel Suarez with a great rebound job today. Or wait, where is Daniel Suarez? Where is he? Oh, he's in 7th place right now. But honestly, almost everybody in this race has had some sort of rebounding moment. I mean, let's look at these guys in this running order. I mean, like I said, Hocevar from being 2 laps down to running in the top 10. Matty D with the penalty. He's had to come back from that. Harrison Burton, they had the hood up on that car. He's had to come from the rear of the field. Ankrum with a penalty. Enfingers spun. That's like 8 cars. That's like 5 cars in the top 13 that have had issues. But we got one more restart at least, guys, and I think we may see more than one more restart, ladies and gents. Also, we are 3 likes away from 20 likes, guys. Appreciate if we could get there. I wish there had definitely been the dominant truck on the day, but can he close this one out? Man, that 52 truck is destroyed. That wall just grinded the side of that car off. Take this time to eat some more food. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far. I think this race is either going to be, I don't know, man. I don't think Kyle Busch wins this race. I just think it's somehow going to slip away from him like at Coda. Somebody's going to be willing to send it in on him and just shove him out of the way. He's just got to hope he gets a blinding restart and just can gap the field by like 5 car lengths in turn 1. Mm. Yeah, Hammer, you're saying Chandler Smith. Now we'll check in on that poll. Yeah, 70% of you guys say Chandler Smith. A couple of you guys saying, 70% of you guys say Kyle Busch. A couple for Chandler Smith and one for Ty Majeski. And nobody going for Zane Smith. I think Zane Smith may do it. I think that Chandler Smith is going to take himself out and Kyle Busch when he tries to pass him, and that's going to open the door for the car in third place, which will be Zane Smith. Kyle Busch is like, they're just talking about the radio, and it's like Chandler Smith was saying he's going to be really aggressive for this win, but then he's got it. The thing is he's going to have to move his owner out of the way if he wants to win this race. And so they're just talking with Kyle Busch, and they're like, the 18 saying he's going to be really aggressive for this win. And Kyle Busch is like, really? He's like, you're willing to wreck the nerve of your car out of the way? I don't know. I think Chandler Smith is willing to do anything. I mean, this would be like the third weekend in a row where he's basically getting kind of like shut, or he's just been like, he's just come up short of the win. Ah. Floyd, okay, there's nothing wrong with Kyle Busch racing in the Truck Series. I think it's honestly, I like it when these more like the Cup Series guys race in the lower series because it, makes the lower series drivers better. I mean, when they race against guys who know more about the track or just know more about having to race the cars in general, that's better because they're able to learn off the way these guys drive, and it makes them better. I mean, I think recently they kind of made these rules to prevent a lot more of the Cup guys from coming down and racing in the lower series. But the thing is ever since then, I feel like every rookie that's come in the Cup Series has been like terrible, has been like not competitive at all for at least like 2 or 3 years. So I just think there's definitely a correlation between that. Almost to 20 likes, guys. 2 away. 2 away. Also appreciate if you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing. Oh, and the bots are back. Eric, you are a boss. Also, guys, we might be able to bring super chats to the channel here soon, so maybe you'll be able to give me a super chat here in a couple of weekends, possibly, if we are able to get monetized. But yeah, tomorrow Kyle Larson will lead the field to green, as I believe he has his 6th consecutive pole at Sonoma, which is honestly, I am actually thinking about making a video about that, because that is honestly incredible. That fact that he has had 6 straight poles at this racetrack while missing a year once at this track, and also doing it in different generations of cars on different teams. I just think that's honestly pretty mind-blowing. Like, that has to be a record, I think, right? Like, what's the most consecutive pulls at a racetrack for one driver? But I think you're definitely going to see a couple of different names near the front. Michael McDowell qualified really well and was strong in practice. He's a bit more of a road course driver. I think he'll definitely have a shot at a good run tomorrow. But then also Joey Hand, a very accomplished IMSA driver, is racing in the 15 car for Rick Ware. And I know that Rick Ware car is not very good, but when it has a pretty decent driver in there like Ryan Preece, it's run decent before. I mean, it's run in the top 15. And I think that Joey Hand is definitely capable at maybe taking that car to maybe a top 10, which would be a really strong performance. He actually made a start last year for Rick Ware Racing at the Charlotte Roval, and he finished, I believe, like 18th or 19th, which is pretty solid. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you were able to go out there and run top 10. And we are still under red flag. I mean, I think they're having to repair that wall, but the only thing is I mean, daylight might become an issue here. If this red flag's still going on, this could, I mean, the race could start to be threatened by daylight. I mean, they probably still got at least another 20 minutes, but. Oh, next time they're racing, they're going to be on the dirt at Knoxville. Now, that'll be entertaining to watch. That's 2 weekends away. Delicious.
Here's the most recent restart of Chastain there in the 41 truck.
Oh, we've hit 20 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Well, Ross Chastain. Now that was crazy right there. On the last restart, he pulled off on the going up kind of like the second incline towards turn 3, the highest spot on the racetrack. He cut across the dirt because he kind of got pushed off. And then that was the type of thing you see, like you do that in a video game, man. Can't believe that stuck. Also, we've gotten another new subscriber, guys. I appreciate it. Now we're 74 subs. Now we're 74 subs from 1,700. So yeah, now we're restarted. Well, the yellow flag's finally back out. And this will probably take us to NASCAR overtime. At least it's going to be 2 to go no matter what. Okay, so pit road's open this time, and yeah, nobody's going to pit if you're in the top 20. There's just no reason to. I don't think there's anybody left who has a set of fresh tires. So yeah, there's just no point to pit unless you have some sort of major damage. Hammer, if Kyle Busch wins, then what? Then what's going to happen? Then you will make your default browser Yahoo until Nashville. Yeah, Kyle Busch in the Yahoo truck. I do have to say that scheme looks pretty nice. I really like the purple. I'm kind of a sucker for purple cars. Oh, and we've gotten another new subscriber, guys. I appreciate it. Now we're 73 subs from 1,700. Thanks a lot. So the lights are still on the pace truck. So I think, yeah, we're going to be going green next time by. So yeah, it'll be 2 to go. Or will NASCAR overtime. Yeah, Kligerman in 6th. He's having a great run. I mean, there are definitely some guys who could sneak up there and steal this win. But then Harrison Burton, he's having probably one of the best runs he's had in the truck yet this year, which is encouraging for maybe him tomorrow. Harrison Burton, I believe, is still searching for his first career top 10 in the NASCAR Cup Series. But yeah, Ankrum has recovered to 11th place, and I think on this restart, he'll be searching, trying to pick up a couple more spots. The guy who's the driver who's ahead of him on the cutoff line, Ankrum, who is 11th on the playoff points grid, so the first truck out, is running in 11th right now, but the driver who's in 10th in points is running in 13th. So basically they'd break even on points right here. So Ankrum's going to be looking to maybe pick up a couple more spots and hope the 23 loses some ground again on this restart. Oh, we're going to get restarted here with 2 to go. So it's not going to be overtime, but it's just going to be a restart with 2 to go. So it's going to be Kyle Busch on the inside and his driver and teammate Chandler Smith on his outside. Then pushing them, you'll have Zane Smith pushing Chandler Smith. So you're going to have both the Smiths on the outside, but then Ty Majeski pushing Kyle Busch. But then you have Kligerman and Ross Chastain in row 3. Both of those drivers will be hungry. But it's going to be 2 to go from Sonoma. Possibly the green flag will be thrown for the final time here, but are we going to see another crazy restart? I believe so. Kyle Busch on the inside, Chandler Smith on the outside. Chandler Smith said he was willing to bump his boss out of the way to win. Let's see if that happens. And Kyle Busch with a great restart. The 18 spins the wheels. He's going to try and move over to the inside line and block off the run from the 66, but the 51 with a great restart. He's already 2 or 3 car lengths clear of the 18, but the 38 to the inside of Chandler Smith now through turn 2. Kyle Busch still out front, though, by 2 car lengths, and they're side by side for second behind him. And now Chandler Smith is clear of the 38 as they go up the hill for the second time. Now as they go down the hill towards turn 4, are we going to see any crazy moves back in the pack? Through the chute they go. Oh, and the 18 goes wide there. The 38's now going to have another opportunity on him. Into turn 7 they go. The 38 sends it in, and the 18 goes deep. Zane Smith's up to second place. Chandler Smith looking for the crossover. And surprisingly, they make it through clean. Oh, but the 25 and the 4 are banging doors hard. Oh, and the 4's now got a big tire rub, it looks like. Oh, and there's a truck around. Oh, that's the 40 of Dean Thompson. But he's going to keep that going. The green flag's still out. Kyle Busch is going through turn 11. Are we going to see the caution flag or white flag? Kyle Busch is the second clear of second place, and he's got this one in the bag. The white flag is out. Unless Kyle Busch makes a big mistake, it's his race to lose. Chandler Smith has dropped back to 4th. Tyler Ankrum continuing his charge through the field. He's up to 9th. Kyle Busch now, he's growing that lead over the 38. Then it's the 66, 18, 41, your top 5. They go through the chute for the final time. The Kyle Busch just can't make a mistake. Zane Smith, though, he's kind of pulled in, though, a bit now as they enter turn 7. The 38 is closing a bit on the 51. He's got to pick up some serious time through the S's here, and he may have a shot at sending it in the final turn on Kyle Busch. He's got to be within he's got to pick up 0.2 of a second through the S's if he wants to be able to throw it in on the 51 in the final turn. Through turn 10, is anybody going to overdrive it? The 51 goes through smoothly. So does the 38. Is Zane Smith going to send it in the final turn? He's not going to be able to be close enough to make anything happen. Kyle Busch is going to win at Sonoma. Off turn 12 for the final time, Kyle Busch will win, and the 18 is going to go one turn. And it's Busch, Zane Smith, Majeski, Chastain in 4th, Chandler Smith in 5th, Suarez, Kligerman, Nemechek, Ankrum, and Matty D gets the final spot in the top 10. Then it's Enfinger, Burton, Tanner Gray, Garala, Purdy, Wood, Dillon, Rose, Howard, and Bodine, your top 20. And Kyle Busch gets the win. The obvious favorite entering today is able to come out clutch. Last time at a road course when we had overtime, Kyle Busch got knocked down to the way. He was not going to let that happen again. Appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw this evening. We'll be live tomorrow at 6:45 for the F1 race in Baku, and then we'll be live at 4 o'clock for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Sonoma. Yeah, the poll was correct. 69% of you guys said Kyle Busch was going to win, and the 69% of you guys were correct. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who subscribed today. And yeah, thanks for joining the Freeman Motorsports community. And now Kyle Busch is the 9th different winner this year in the Truck Series, picking up his first win of the season. And we already know this will be his final win of the season, as this was his final Truck Series start this year. And he continues his streak of being a winner in the Truck Series now from 2013 to 2022. Also, Bill Elliott holds the record for the most consecutive poles at a track. He had 6 straight at Talladega. So Kyle Larson, I think, has tied that record this year. So if he gets one more year of it, then he'll break that record. But yeah, Kyle Busch going to burn it down in the Yahoo truck here at Sonoma. But Chastain able to hold on for a top 4 spot this weekend. Oh, and is he not going to do a burnout? That's kind of lame, not going to lie, Kyle. Hammer, I know you're excited that Kyle got the win. Kyle Busch has got that documentary coming out later this month. He's starting this month off, though, pretty solid with the win here at Sonoma. Can he go 2 for 2, though, this weekend and get his, second win of the season tomorrow at Sonoma in the Cup Series? I know, Hamburger, I know you're definitely pumped up about that one.
Was that adjustment from your team to be able to fire off on those restarts?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, just continuing to work on truck and make it better. You know, appreciate Yahoo and everybody that has made that possible with Toyota.
Kyle Busch gets Yahoo their first ever win in NASCAR. And I don't know, maybe Yahoo get another win this year when they're on the 20th. Christopher Belk still searching for his first win of the 2022 season. He might actually get it done tomorrow. This is one of his strongest tracks. Yeah, Eric, you hope they make the diecast of this car. So do I. This would be a pretty cool one to pick up. Also, he's got the matching purple Rowdy Energy hat for the truck. He's just plugging the Rowdy as much as he can here. It's pretty funny. But with that, guys, we're probably going to end this one off. If you guys want to rate in the chat that race on a 10 out of 10. If it's if you think that race was great, it's a 10 out of 10. If you think that race was bad, it's a 1 out of 10. I would probably give it, just because of how good this racing's been this year, I'd say this is a pretty middle of the road race. I'd say 5 out of 10. Probably like, yeah. Or, well, I'd say more than that. I'll say 6 out of 10. I know for the Kyle Busch fans, this was a really good one. But for me, I don't know. It was pretty entertaining, but there really was never a great battle for the lead. And that is really kind of what I was missing. If there was a good battle for the lead, then it'd probably be an 8 out of 10 for me. But, I mean, it just felt like it was a bit lacking. But then, but still, still solid. Like, a 6 out of 10 is good. Because 5 out of 10 is average, and this was like above average. They're interviewing Zane Smith, and he was just like, I hate finishing second, especially to him. He didn't even say Kyle Busch's name. He was just like, to him. I'm sure that's how it is for like all these Truck Series guys, because Kyle Busch always just comes down and just is so dominant, and it's just like, oh, if I can only beat Kyle Busch.
3 wins already for Zane this season, and adding a second-place finish is certainly good for him from a points perspective, and giving him an opportunity to measure.
But yeah, now Matt Crafton actually lost quite a bit on that cutoff line, as well as Grant Enfinger lost a bit of points this weekend. Tanner Gray picked up, though. He's only 33 below the cutoff line. Then Matty D is 36 below. Derek Kraus 39 below, and Tyler Ankrum 50 below. So now Matt Crafton really is the driver at risk after just a terrible weekend at Sonoma. Grant Enfinger, though, still pretty safe. And Ty Majeski, Eckes, and Hocevar, I still wouldn't worry too much. So yeah, 4 more races, playoffs, and Tanner Gray and Matty D only need to average about 9 points a game to make their way into the top 10. Hammer, your depression is gone with this Kyle Busch win. Now he's driving that 51 onto the drag strip at Sonoma. Right, you don't see many drivers doing this, driving their car on the drag strip after winning. Yeah, Suarez, though, they're interviewing him now, and yeah, going 2 laps down to that driver swap, really hurting him here. Honestly, the really interesting thing is going to be next weekend at Knoxville. Carson Hocevar still with that, recovering from breaking that ankle, and having the screw put in there. He was able to run 10 laps today before swapping in Suarez, but at Knoxville, if they do that, they're going to lose time on the track. So still, it's pretty hilarious that Carson Hocevar got his first career pole in the Truck Series while he was on crutches. But Kyle Busch was the last driver to win here after coming off a broken foot. So, and he kind of steals the thunder from Carson Hocevar here this weekend, picking up his first win of the season. But yeah, guys, like I said, we'll be live tomorrow morning, early in the morning at 6:45 for Baku, and then we'll be streaming tomorrow evening the NASCAR Cup Series race at Sonoma. I'll be rooting for Kyle Larson tomorrow as usual, starting from the pole tomorrow with his 6th consecutive pole at Sonoma Raceway, tying Bill Elliott's record of the most consecutive poles at a racetrack. So, and then tomorrow at Baku, I'll be rooting for Lewis Hamilton and Pierre Gasly, which is pretty controversial, but we'll leave that as is. Thanks to everybody who subscribed today and everybody who dropped a like. See you tomorrow. I'm out.